Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. Today is January 30th, 2023, and today we got confirmation that James Gunn and Peter Safran revealed their slate to a handful of select journalists. But what did he show? What potentially is out there? We're going to be talking about that and a whole heap load of homophobia from your favorite knuckle-dragging chuckle fucks on the internet. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Like I said, it is, of course, the 30th of the month. We are almost at the end. Today's been a very, very, very interesting day. If you happen to be a DC fan, who knows what to believe, right? Who knows what to believe at all? There's a lot going on right now in regards to what could be potentially coming down the pipeline for the DC slate. People out there are trying to make the claim that it got leaked out. Parts of it have been hinted at. Parts of it have been discussed. Parts of it have been, I guess, somewhat speculated. But all things considered, we're probably not going to know more until tomorrow. I'll even fully admit, right now, I'm checking out 4chan's TV board to see if anyone out there is talking about it. And no one out there is talking about it. No one on that board is talking about the potential leak. So right now, we don't quite know. However, Reddit could be full of a whole bunch more information. I'm just going to go and look this up right now as I'm talking to you guys. I'm just going to look up the Reddit DCEU leaks board to see if they're talking about it, because maybe there's something. Maybe there is something there we can talk about. If not, then then we still have to speculate, right? And I'm looking at all this here. Oh, yeah. All right. According to this, nothing. So to say that certain things have leaked, maybe they have been. You've got a lot going on with that. Fandom NSLs brings up a very sad point, and something I have no connection to this person, but I heard of what happened. They say here, I just want to say that my condolences go out to James from Shafrillas Productions and his family. Just horrible news. I did hear about that. James and his brother and his best friend were in a terrible car accident. James's brother and best friend, who also contributed to the channel, have unfortunately perished as a result of that accident. And I believe he is currently in critical condition. That is what I read on Twitter. And there is that's very sad. You know, as from one content creator to another, my heart and my sympathies go out. Losing a brother, losing a friend is never easy. And, you know, there's going to be a lot that's going to be happening in regards to all of that going forward. And yeah, I feel really bad for him and his family. And then, of course, there's lots of people asking the obvious question, what's going to happen to the channel? That's something that's on people's minds. We don't know, and it's not at this particular point our space to speculate on that. The man, his family, his friends, obviously is going to be doing going through their grief and their trauma. It's up to us to give them that time and that space to live in that, and to heal, and to that's all we can do. That is all we're able to do as people who are just sideliners. But you know what? Hey, this is a good reminder that if to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your close ones that you love them and everything else. So there's that. And I think it's interesting that it's always sucky when content creators who are well known, have those kind of situations, those kind of tragedies, right? It's there's another thing too that went on today. I didn't look into it too much. Some Twitch streamer who's friends with Pokemon apparently paid for deepfakes and got caught or something. I don't even know. Like I said, it's been a weird day. And then to make it even weirder, right? Just to kind of keep going for some reason on that particular path, we've got, I was experimenting around today with some of the AI stuff coming out of the elevated labs, right? And I wanted to show you guys this. We'll just bring this up here. This is a thing that Rational had sent me, right? I DM'd you another AI created voice. This is how creepy it's going to get. All right. I want you to listen to this, and I want you guys to figure out if this is real or fake. I mean, I've already kind of given away, but just listen. Oh my God, I have to refresh it. Hold on.
I started my film career as Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter film series, which was a massive success and ran from 2001 to 2011. After the series ended, I continued to act in various movies such as The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Beauty and the Beast, and Little Women. I have also taken on more diverse and challenging roles that showcase my acting range, such as in the crime drama The Bling Ring and the biblical epic Noah. I am dedicated to using my platform to promote causes that are important to me, such as gender equality and sustainability. I am also a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador and have given several speeches advocating for women's rights. Overall, I am proud of my film career and the impact it has had on both my personal and professional life.
Yeah. That's a little crazy, right? That's a little bit on the creepy side. That's a little bit on that kind of weird shit there. And even I got more of that sent to me today. H Barts, if he's here, he sent me a couple little things here. And I just like to show off. I know AI is kind of like, it's weird, but when we talk about entertainment and where things are going, this is where things are going, guys. Like, I hate to say it, but it's true. Just give this a listen. I want to take the time to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Mikey Sutton and Sil Abdul and Skywalker the Jedi. I realize my mistake and now believe in the Snyderverse coming back, and it will come back full force because Zaddy is God. Zaddy is life. Yeah. That was H Barts making an AI alteration of my voice based upon this couple samples that he gave it. I played around with it today myself a little bit. It sounded a little bit better than that because I gave it a very clear response here. Moisture says that still doesn't sound like you. It does a little bit. All right. It sounds like that a little bit. But then again, I'm used to my own voice. I'm used to my own cadence, so I can hear it in my own way. But yeah, it's like, it's not there yet. Thank God. Right. The last thing, what's going to be really funny is when people start training it to speak like John Campea. And there's going to be a segment that's like, is it John Campea or is it an AI bot? Because of all the dumb, stupid things that Campea has to say. In fact, Campea even today, by the way, I'll bring this one up here. Campea today, or maybe it was yesterday, the other day. I don't know. I was sent a reel that he had done the other day where he's talking once again about the shit that he got. Okay. Like, if I can just download this. Can I just save the video as? Is it able to do that? It is able to do that. All right, cool beans. So I'll just bring this up here. But this is something, again, this is Campea being Campea. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of scoopers. Like, check this out.
2 images from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And my jaw dropped. I had 2 images sent to me of Ant-Man and the Wasp. And all I'm going to say is that my jaw hit the floor with these 2 images. That so put my jaw in my lap. I'm like, I was instantly dubious about its validity, about it being real. I don't know if this thing's real or not. Although we've gotten a lot of very, very, very real images sent to us. But it's just, I'm just going to say it involved somebody that we do not see in any of the Ant-Man marketing. And it just put my jaw in again, maybe before the movie comes out, I'll let people know.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like Campea, doesn't it? Right? Oh, yeah, no. I'm not going to spoil this until it benefits me directly. Yeah, of course. Plushy here says, if you look closely at his crotch. Exactly. If you look at Paul Rudd's dick, you'll be able to see exactly what he's talking about here. Kelvin King asking, was he banned from Marvel early screening because he leaked the Spider-Man stuff? He claims that's not what happened, but he has not actually gone to any of the premieres since Shang-Chi, I believed. So yeah, he's definitely not gone. All right, he's absolutely like he says he took his name off of Disney's marketing. Like, why the fuck would you actually do that? Like, why would you actually do that? Roman, if you know, I know there's been some spoilers that have gotten out there. Don't spoil it in the chat, dude. Like, I'm just gonna put you in timeout for 5, dude. No spoilers. All right. Like, I'm not here to talk about spoilers on that shit. All right. Like, I don't know what's going to be in that fucking movie. I don't care. There's that. Vin here says, Campy apparently got his channel strike from a 16-year-old video talking about his channel being in danger. Oh, really? That's been happening a lot. A lot of older videos have been getting hit pretty hard on YouTube. I know that on my other channel, the Matt Jarbo channel, before everything happened in 2018, I was getting fucking flagged left and right by people, right? Like a bunch of videos were getting like slammed left and right for some of the shit that I said. And as a result of that, it's just like, yeah, YouTube is going to be very, very, very interesting in the next couple little years here. So, all right, like there's some stuff to go on today. In regards to everything that's going on, I want to quickly touch upon what I think is one of the bigger news pieces of the day. And that is that, Showtime and Paramount Plus are branding, are joining forces with each other. And as a result of that, Let the Right One In, the adaptation of the mid 2000s, I believe, Swedish film or Danish film, of course, remade by Matt Reeves as Let Me In, and American Gigolo and more are canceled as Showtime rebrands itself into Paramount Plus. And this just seems to make the most amount of sense. I mean, obviously Paramount is doing kind of okay with Paramount Plus, but you also don't need Showtime. It's just having two services. Disney is literally in the same boat with ESPN, Disney Plus, and Hulu. And the only reason why Hulu hasn't been integrated into Disney Plus yet is simply because of the NBC connections, which will be expiring here in the next couple years. And then at that point, expect Hulu to absolutely move itself in to Disney Plus and everything else, which I'm happy for, because then it's like it's just one freaking charge and one app, and it's not having to jump around and everything. But what they say here is that it was revealed last year that Paramount was considering merging Showtime and Paramount Plus, and now it's official. Showtime will be integrated into Paramount Plus across linear and streaming platforms, rebranding the channel to Paramount Plus with Showtime, which is just call it Paramount Plus. Right? Just call it Paramount Plus. The move has already resulted in the cancellation of several series, including Let the Right One In, American Gigolo, and Three Women. American Gigolo being canceled. Isn't that the one with John Bernthal, right? Isn't that the one with him? So if he's Punisher, baby. Punisher. The rebranding will launch later this year, with the move aiming to bring Showtime and Paramount Plus together in the streaming world. This will only affect the premium tier Paramount Plus and the Showtime linear network in the US. And that's okay. That's all right. I think it's one of those things where it's going to happen. They need to start consolidating. They need to start making sure that they need to do everything else, right? So again, this is kind of what's going to happen as these tech companies and as these other, conglomerates start to kind of, condense what they have. Look at Warner Brothers Discovery. It's going to, merging in Discovery. What are they calling it? Max Plus, or just Max, or whatever it is, dropping HBO, which is the stupidest thing they could do, considering that HBO is a very storied, well-respected, and loved brand that has worldwide acknowledgement and worldwide appeal. But no, let's just fucking get rid of it. Let's just fucking get rid of it. Let's just ditch it, because we're bringing in all this reality TV stuff from Discovery. Just call it HBO Discovery or some shit like that. Who fucking cares? Keep HBO. People know what it is. People absolutely know what in the hell it is. It's really fucking retarded. Pardon my language. I'm sorry. Anyway, Keji here says, even with all that, what's the point of canceling the shows? Consolidation. That's all it is. It's just consolidation. Spider-Man Gaming here says, remember Warner Max? I don't remember Warner Max. I don't remember that. I remember Warner Media, which I thought was actually a pretty solid title. Kavari here says HBO is the gold standard. It really is. I just watched, man. We'll just dive into it. We'll just get right into to everything involving that. So like I am a little late tonight because I just got done watching the Last of Us, right? I'd heard about it from last night. A lot of people had talked about it. I knew it was the Bill episode. I knew it was going to be having, Nick Offerman, Ron Swanson as Bill. And I was really curious how they were going to pull it off. I was really curious what exactly is going to be happening with it, because it's just, goddamn, the Bill storyline, really, the Bill storyline in that show or in that game is one of my favorite storylines in the game, right? He's one of my favorite characters. I'm not going to go into spoilers. I mean, if you've played the game, you know generally where things are going. I'm not going to say what happens at the very end. All right. But like, there's a lot of people talking about, come back in about 5-10 minutes. Okay. Because we're going to be talking about what's going on. Again, if you've played the game, you know what's going on, but there's a lot of attacking right now of this show. And, okay. So Spherical Man, you haven't played the game. Come back in like 5-10 minutes. That is my thing. Come back in a few minutes, cause I don't want anyone out there, anyway, now that, Luke Stone here says the Last of Us show has been goated. It really has. Astro here says, love the last episode. It's crazy because, by the way, now we're in spoiler territory. The Last of Us, this is from IGN, that says The Last of Us lets gay love flourish in the apocalypse. Right? Yeah. Garrick here right off the bat, dude. Apparently, Jeremy Griggs and Tyrone Magnus didn't like the gay representation in the episode. Jeremy even called Neil Druckmann Neil Cuckman. That's not a new thing for Jeremy to say, right? That's not a new thing for Jeremy to call Neil Druckmann. He's been calling him that ever since The Last of Us 2 leaks from like 2019. And when his channel started getting hit, that's like when he started really doing it. But the thing is, though, even though Bill and his storyline in the game is like probably my favorite part of the game, because I liked how bitter and angry and cynical he was, the adaptation that they did here, giving us time to spend like an hour with these characters in the way that they did, and in the way that they were able to kind of like find hope, to in some ways find redemption, to find love, to find safety, to find solace, to find even satisfaction. It's insane how many people are just outright fucking attacking it. Like look at this idiot here. We got heel versus babyface. All right. This balding man child from the UK. The Last of Us episode 3 review. Ellie finds tampons and the apocalypse is a gay utopia. I mean, way to just completely downplay and undercut everything amazing about the episode. All right. And if you like, the tampon thing was interesting because it was like, it was there. And if you're a woman, right. Or biologically female, and you are I don't know, what's the term now? Is it bleeding individual? I have no idea what the fucking political correctness term on this shit is, right? Anyway, people who identify with having monthly menstrual cycles, having a tampon is something that's a godsend, even in the fucking apocalypse. All right. Just that again, it's just like, it calls it a, completely ridiculous nonsense. I saw Keji make a comment here. Was it seriously Tyrone Magnus said that first I've heard? I don't know what he said about this, but when you had the gay kiss in Eternals, Tyrone Magnus was like, no, I can't do it. I can't take it. I can't. And absolutely, just like, again, they lose their mind over this. Like gay men kissing, my God. Gay men kissing. That is that's the fucking problem with this shit, right? And this is what Geeks and Gamers put for their fucking video logo, right? Their video thumbnail. The Last of Us episode 3, everything is gay, right? Everything is gay. H-Barts, I already played one of those clips you sent me. I did. I played one of those clips. The other two don't sound like me, but the first one had some stuff there, but I can do the other ones later on. But I'm just saying, it's like, this is what they're doing. Everything is gay. This was an episode about two gay characters. Two gay characters who found each other, who found love and happiness at a time when it wasn't possible. In a show racked with drama and violence and death and mayhem and chaos and everything else. Two characters unlikely finding each other and living a life together during this chaos. That, of course, is the problem for somebody like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, which we'll talk about here more in a second. Then you've also got, you've got Heel versus Babyface says Bill was robbed of his story because gay characters can only be portrayed in a glowing bubble of sparkles and sunshine in current day. The apocalypse is now a gay utopia. Then Jeremy says this, and then Neurotic response says episode 3 was boring as fuck. These motherfuckers, again, as we went through the other night, and I'm not trying to make this a Chud watch, but as we went through the other night, we talked about Critical Drinker being an absolute effing moron. The type of fucking stupid shit that they come up with. This is exactly what it boils down to. This is just what it boils down to. This is the kind of crap we're just seeing here. And then it's fucking insane. So this is Jeremy talking about it. And I want you just to listen for 2 minutes. I want you to just get an idea for what pure, unadulterated, unfiltered homophobia looks like now. And they don't even care. They don't even really give a shit about what they have to say, simply because this is just how they get their fucking money. This is the kind of crap that they, that they do, that these guys have to do. All right. It's just, it's sad, it's pathetic, but it does need to be called out. So this is a glowing, and I'm using the term very satiristically here, a very glowing conversation from Jerry. This is big brain, non-incel commentary from apparently a married man with children. So let's listen.
Last of Us episode 3 happened last night, and it's going exactly how you would expect a project with Neil Druckmann or Neil Cuckman involved. Now, there's a couple of different ways that I want to approach this, because episode 3 in its own right, I thought was somewhat entertaining. But when you actually look at the people behind it and you look at the agenda that they're trying to push, then you understand that this is not about just telling a story that's going to benefit the overall story. This is about Neil Cuckman pushing the agenda that he couldn't push when he originally made The Last of Us, because it wasn't universally acceptable like it is now. And so back then, he left subtle hints as to the relationship between Bill and Frank, because he couldn't go full-blown Brokeback Mountain like he did in this episode. But then you have to ask yourself, why did he do it in this episode, and how did this episode benefit the overall story? So again, there's two different ways to look at this. Did I think that they did a good job telling the story in this episode? Sure. It was fine. I mean, for an isolated individual story, that's fine. But why are you telling and using an entire episode to tell this story about two gay characters? Would this episode have made any sense if this was about two straight characters that had nothing to do with the overall story? It wouldn't even have been told, because this was done so Neil Cuckman and Naughty Dog can push their bullshit agenda. Now, I know that a lot of people that are going to see me reacting to this and see the headline are going to say, oh, Jeremy's just intimidated by gay characters, yada, yada, yada. It's so stupid, because these people don't have a working brain, because they think that everything is something to be fake offended over. Every single thing that somebody has, every opinion, whatever.
Wow. Talk about a fucking self-report on that one right there, right? Talk about a fucking self-report. For one, going back to 2013, 10 years ago when the game came out, was gay relationships as accepted as they were today? The answer to that is yes, they were. And also, by the way, the same month that The Last of Us premiered, June 2013, the same month, was also when the Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage was legal in the United States. So to act like gay marriage was not an acceptable thing with the majority of the country 10 years ago, and that this was just some subtle little shit to slide on in there because they couldn't actually say it because we lived in a fascist fucking state, apparently, which is the most inane, irrational goddamn gobbledygook I've ever fucking heard in my entire goddamn fucking life. I mean, come on. And then to say that these people don't have a fucking brain, right? The way these people just get fake offended. Dude, you fucking offended that they have a show, they have an episode dedicated to two characters in the game who are canonically gay. And you're just upset that there's a scene with them that is fucking, naked, laying on top of each other and kissing. In fact, one guy loses his fucking, his gay virginity. You know what I mean? And like, there's vulnerability and there's nervousness and it's relatable on a lot of fronts here. But listen, guys, look, I don't want to sit there and completely admonish Jeremiah Griggs for growing up in Floribama and having, the kind of substandard education Florida is known for. And again, this shit's all fucking taught. This shit's all bigotry is taught. Bigotry is absolutely spread through ignorance. And that's exactly what this is. Look at this. This shit is identity and cultural politics. It is the exact opposite of the people he's crying about. I dare anyone to watch that episode of The Last of Us and to not fucking get wrecked at the end of that episode. Not because it's violent, not because it's disgusting or degenerate, because of how it alters the canon from the game, but it does it in a way that really just kind of like speaks to how people respond when they find something worth fighting for. The impetus of that episode was to force Joel to recognize what he had to do and to feel like he was, to push him towards doing what he needs to do with Ellie. But in the process of that, we get to watch 17 years, I believe, right? 16, 17 years of these two guys, 16 years, living their life together, having fights, having tiffs, having friends, and then at the end, making that choice the way that they want to make their choice. It's beautiful, man. It had me tearing up like a couple times. The last shot of them walking away just was like, holy shit. The last shot of the fucking episode was holy shit. This show is just dreary. It's bleak. It's draining. It's exhausting. But we got to spend an hour with two people finding love and living a solid chunk of their life together, to live out their golden years when everything else had fallen apart, but they found each other. It's meant to inspire hope and love. But the Floribama pool house boy finds it to be an agenda. Jesus fucking Christ. Has he talked about anything in Florida with them removing books from libraries yet? I mean, that's the reason why you get people like him. When you remove books from libraries and you actively push your students to not engage with critical thinking and critical thought, you get people like Jeremy, you get people like Neurotic, you get people like Heel versus Babyface. And they command a very large audience of idiots, of truly mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, incel-laden morons who believe that by just having two gay characters in a show, that it's fucking terrible. Oh my, I try not to watch Jeremy at all. This shit was just bad, man. This shit is just fucking bad. Eric here, total self-report. Music Manager says that's because they are intimidated by gay people. Yeah. And Ellie By the way, Ellie's gay in the show and in the game, and get ready for that to happen. And this all over again. This is here says, you do know that Ellie in the video game was openly a lesbian. She wasn't. I mean, she was hinted at being a lesbian in the game, but then Left Behind like solidified it with Riley, and then of course you go into number 2. But yeah, she's gay. She's fucking gay. Are we going to talk about the DC stuff? Yeah, we're going to get there, Jeff, but fucking hold on your horses, dude. This is a live show. I cover a bunch of different topics. You guys got to chill out there. All right, we got command unit here. Okay, we'll take a look here at the at that video here towards the end. John Smith's basement says bigotry is pushed by religion mainly. Yeah, it is. Really, really, really is. Let's see. Fandom NSLs here says, given how much they've altered in part 1, I'm really curious how many changes they'll make to part 2, given how much controversy the game itself had. Yeah, I'm waiting for that to happen. But God, I mean, dude, God forbid Frank wasn't trans. You know what I mean? So, like, one of these guys would be storming Naughty Dog Studios tonight. It's just fucking crazy. Religus here says, in the game, Bill's character was mostly about how surviving in the world and paranoia messes people up. Yeah. And that anger and that rage pushed Frank away. Here, they got to the same conclusion, but instead of choosing that kind of cynical, nihilistic, viewpoint, they were able to find love. Yeah. Matt here says they hate the Last of Us gay story in the season. Wait till Last of Us Part 2. They're going to lose their shit. Oh, I know. Absolutely. These guys are just like, fucking stupid. You know, Jess here says, Northern Florida are very Southern. Don't rope me in with those people. I'm sorry, Jess. I'm sorry. H. Bryce here says, they say the most anti-gay people are secretly gay. Oh, dude, some of these guys. Did you see the video recently? I don't know where it is, of Heel versus Babyface, talking about a trans woman and like, but didn't know that she was trans and was like talking about her boobs, and then found out that she was trans and then was like, oh shit. You know, and his response more or less was a self-report that he's probably whacked it to this person, you know? Like people like Heel versus Babyface and people like Jeremy and those fucking guys, they're the reason why if you go to Pornhub right now, a lot of their recommended is coming. There's a lot of trans porn that's being popped in on the front page. I don't want to say recommended because that's my personal stuff, and obviously I don't look at that. It's not that I'm just not for me. It's not not my kink. All right. But what I mean by that is there's a lot more that's popped up on the front page, which means that there's a vested interest in transgender pornography. Gee, I really wonder what part of the United States is fucking searching for that shit. You know, as Randall Graves once said in the 1993 classic Clerks, chicks with dicks, best of both worlds. Anyway, Maverick here says, any true fan of The Last of Us knows that the games focus on the human aspect of the game more than the monsters. For him to say that tells me he had paid no attention to the story at all. No, he didn't. Like, my retweet of this was, tell me you never played The Last of Us without telling me you never played The Last of Us. The story it's crazy. McLeod here says, assholes like Critical Drinker, Tyrone, Geeks and Gamers, and the Fandom Menace are absolute epitome of fragile masculinity. Their intolerance/ignorance are a product of their upbringing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, those guys were great. Zap here asking, do I think YouTube will ever shut down those channels, basically? No, I don't. These guys know how to toe the line really well. They can toe it well enough to where they won't get busted, right? People can write articles and whatever about it. It ain't gonna do shit. YouTube, they make too much money off of it. YouTube makes too much money. Because remember, they get like 55%, I think, of like the ad rev split with them. So they make too much money. They're not going to actually shut them down. That's why a lot of people who do like left-leaning politics rely a lot on donations, because they simply can't compete in the space when it comes to the algorithm driven content machine that deals with the ads. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, there's too much money at play. There's a lot of money in the right-wing grift, and they're not going to shut that down. They're not going to shut that down at all. H Price here for 5. Thank you very much. So it says, Jeremy would love to live in ancient Greece and Rome where being openly gay and bi was normal. I mean, oh yeah, dudes like, I mean, there's stories I've heard, about like Roman soldiers, like sucking and fucking each other for bonding, that could be, I don't know if that's real or not, but like I've heard it and everything else. But it's just ridiculous that this is where they're at, that this is just where they are. And they have to be upset at every little thing, right? Remember, this is 100% true for all of you guys. We have 134 people watching right now. Thank you all. But remember, when we talk about these guys, we have to bring up Anita Sarkeesian, because Gary from Nerderotic, Jeremy, Critical Drinker, as all those guys from fucking Friday Night Tights, they literally say this all the time. Everything is woke, everything is political, everything is SJW, and they have to point it all out, because that is their mantra. That is their mindset. That is how they make money. These people are doing the same grift Anita Sarkeesian pulled back in 2012, 2013, 2014, so on and so forth. The only downside is they found a way to make more money at it. So Garrick here says, is Nerderotic actually like anything? He said both Avatar 2 and The Last of Us were boring. I mean, look, I don't know, like what kind of stuff works out well for someone who's like probably high on methamphetamines, or has experienced movies high on methamphetamines, So I would say that probably like a film like Crank might be more up his alley. Very quick, very to the point, things along those lines. Or they secretly like this shit and they just say it's all bad. They just say it's all bad. Who fucking knows? Ralph Double Tits here says Jarbo loves POV and step vids. I like POV. I'm not going to lie. I've always been a big POV fan. Not a huge fan of the family stuff. I just find like the older models more attractive. So like I'll go and look up their solo work. I just like, I'm not into like that barely 18 shit. I don't fucking like it at all. I like them to be my age or a little bit older. That's my thing. You know what I mean? Like well past that early phase. That's all. That's my stuff. I have no problem admitting that. Anyway, we got Mad Queen Danny as a new member joining in on the matinee market. Thank you so much for joining at the matinee level. Really appreciate that, Danny. Thank you very much. Let's see, Keji here. This is an interesting comment. Honestly, and I'm not afraid to admit this, I got off to trans porn plenty of times, and to a lot of the hotter trans women on those porn sites too. You don't have to be gay to find them sexy and attractive. I mean, I have friends of mine who are straight as hell, but some of those trans women, they're really into, so there you have it on that one there. There you go. Charbo has a MILF kink. Yeah, I kind of do. What can I say? Julia Ann is like my favorite. Matt just said that. I say a lot of things. Why? Okay. Music Man asking, for those of you who are new to Hollywood After Dark, we go off on tangents. So Music Man here is asking me, why is the step family thing on Pornhub and porn sites so much of a thing? I can't tell you why incest is a big thing. All right. It's such I think I know why. Okay. I think I know why. I think it's the taboo nature of it. It's not necessarily the sexual desire to have relations with one's mother, like Oedipus. I think it has a lot to do with the taboo fact of it, right? But it's like some of the ones, they'll be they won't even like shy away from the step side of it. They'll be like, oh yeah, you're my mom, I came out of your vagine, right? And then that shit's creepy. You know what I mean? Like that shit's creepy. But I think the other stuff is just more on the taboo side of it. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, I mean, they've run all the other storylines into the ground, and they got like, that's just where it's the lowest it's like the Discovery Channel type of porn. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I agree. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah. Help me, step bro. Shiny here says the step family is not a big thing. It's step non-related. It's boring. I mean, like I said, it's taboo. It has to be super related. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Vin Frost here says, I prefer to read erotica novels more than watching porn. Well, that's good, man. That's very good. H Bart's here says, Game of Thrones unlocked incest for people. Maybe it did. So who knows? Maybe if there's an incest, an incest storyline in The Last of Us going forward, Jeremy here will finally find a reason to like it. Who knows? Maybe that's the case. I have no fucking idea, guys. But all right, we've talked a bunch. So there's all that there. Anyway, what the fuck are you saying here? Hold on. I'm trying to see this one comment here. From it got kind of blocked, but I had to approve it, I guess. Let me see here. It's something from Darskipio. Where's it? All right. Did I ever talk to EVS about how he and Jeremy Griggs fucked you in your channel 5 years ago? They didn't fuck me in my channel 5 years ago. They didn't fuck me in my channel. I will fully admit, when I went in to that live stream in the summer of 2018, I was ill prepared. All right. I was very much ill prepared. So at that moment in time, I was not as good as I would argue I am now in regards to fighting into debate. I'm a lot better than I used to be. And that was my bad for back then, because I went in there and just wasn't as prepared as I thought. I got overzealous and a little cocky, and that kind of fucked it up there. So anyway, let's move on here. Talk a little bit, just because I was going to do the DC stuff, but one guy complained about it. So we're going to talk about Brendan Fraser and Leslie Grace. Apparently had a lot of action in Batgirl that featured scenes of them beating each other up. That'd be great. Didn't I call myself a soy-filled bitch? That wasn't on that stream. That was on the kill stream. That was a bad night. McLeod, you're asking, did I watch Tyrone's review of The Last of Us? No, I didn't. You got to understand, McLeod, I don't watch their content unless it's sent to me. I simply do not watch their content. To me, it's entirely ridiculous to continuously dive into. But on certain things, like, again, you get those little clips like that. It's hysterical because they say the quiet part out loud. They absolutely say the quiet part out loud. And that is just where it's at. All right, where am I at here? All right, so here's what we find out. So, while an overhauled DC universe is on the way from the new studio bosses, James Gunn and Peter Safran, many comic book fans are still mourning the loss of the old regime's Batgirl. The project from directors Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah was intended to be an HBO Max original, but was axed in post-production, in part so Warner Brothers Discovery could take a tax write-off of like $15 to $20 million. Batgirl will never see the light of day. That's not true. It absolutely will. It absolutely will. But we're getting more information out of it. Leslie Grace, who plays the eponymous hero, recently told Collider that she filmed numerous action scenes opposite Brendan Fraser, who starred as the villainous Firefly. She says, truly had one of the best experiences with Batgirl. In terms of the experience of shooting, we were all so excited for people to see a lot of the action, a lot of the practical shots we did with fire. Our movie was full of practical fire, which is really hard to shoot. Brendan Fraser, our villain, our Firefly, was just so outstanding. I felt so blessed to have him as my sparring partner. We had so many amazing action scenes together where we were just beating each other up, but hugging in between takes because he's just so sweet. Then she goes on to say, I would love people to see those moments, but you know what? You have the experience and you keep on rolling, and I feel so blessed all in all that I have those memories, and hopefully maybe in some future, some clips will arise and people will enjoy a bit of it. But for now, we just have to keep going as it is going in comic folklore, I guess, with all of our memories and our stories, what we can. Okay, cool. I mean, like, look, that's pretty decent. Like, so they fought each other quite a bit. They beat each other up quite a bit. And then now they're just like, all right, yeah, she's talking about it in the sense of like, hey, maybe one day we'll see something, right? Maybe one day we'll see something. And I hope so. I do think it's going to happen. I really do feel they are going to finish it up because all Warner's has to do is just pay back the government. So if Warner Brothers, if this new slate starts to do really well, right? If this new slate starts to blow up, it's entirely possible that when they get the money, they'll just pay back the government and they'll be able to get access to that movie again, which is probably what they want to do. But they just made this hard choice right now. That's at least my take on it. But moving on from there, we did find out today that James Gunn's DCU reboot plans have been confirmed by Batista. This, of course, is before the meeting that happened today. So it says here, the actor teased that the DCU reboot will allow Gunn and Safran to start over and use younger actors to play iconic roles. It says here, I've had conversations with James about that, but I think the direction he's leaning in, completely rebooting that whole universe. He's starting from scratch and starting younger and fresher, and I think you need to do that. Now, obviously, they want to do an 8 to 10 year plan. All right. Wait, hold on, James. What are you? DM me on Facebook. Did it leak out? You better message me on Facebook and then be prepared to come on in and talk about it and shit. So, or if you got a small screen article, then let me know. But in the process of it, let me see here. All right, because that just kind of threw me off. Sorry that. Oh, you fucking dick. Oh, you fucking dick. Okay, real quick here for people who don't know. James is an artist who absolutely hates AI art. He does. He hates AI art. And so the other day he posted an image of Batman, and then he had it was a little doodle he had drawn on whatever it was on Facebook, and I said, "Wow, cool. What prompt did you use?" So I was trolling him a little bit, and there's that. But hey, you see this corgi? Yeah, this cool cyberpunk synthwave corgi, all AI art, James. Bam, bam, bam. There you go, buddy. There you go. Fucking ass. No, I love you, buddy. You know that. We troll each other all the time over this shit. But anyway, so rebooting everything seems like the right course of action. And that's obviously going to be the best thing that they're able to do. And obviously, Batista wants to be involved, but he doesn't want to be Bane. So we're going to have to wait to see what's going to happen with that. And in the meantime, what we have found out today, obviously, is that there was a meeting that took place. We're going to talk about some of the leaks, I guess, that have happened. Good evening. Yeah. It's all good. A lot of guys don't like AI. Look, here's the thing with that real quick, right? Like, look, this is cool as shit, but it's fucking entertainment purposes only. You know what I mean? Like, I would not sell this. Whatever. Like, it's entertainment purposes only type stuff. That's how I views it. But anyway, here. So according to the direct, James Gunn's new DC movie slate, the exact time of the announcement revealed. So we can find out more of what's going to be going on and everything else. So with tomorrow, January 31st being the last day of January, the announcements are definitely coming, and the time to expect them may have just been revealed. Following Monday's private press event, Tuesday will see a public press conference of some kind with the announcement of at least part of the first chapter of this super-powered revamp. Now, obviously, the first chapter is going to be, it's another name for a phase, right? It's going to be a couple little things. It's going to be the first phase out the gate to maybe kind of reboot things. So they say here, rather than sitting on their computers and refreshing Twitter all day, fans can rest easy, knowing what time the long-awaited announcements are likely to drop. So what we say here is, according to Grace Randall, what we're going to get here is James Gunn and Peter Safran's new slate of DC movies will be unveiled Tuesday, January 31st at noon Eastern Standard Time, which means tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. That works for me because I will be nice and caffeinated at the college I go hang out at when I go get my work done. So we'll be able to talk about that and everything else. H-Bars here says supposedly RJ might already know. Yeah, I love RJ, but I was giving him shit earlier today. RJ pays for patrons to a couple different scoopers or people with supposedly in the know. And then he likes to kind of run around and be like, I heard about this from this person, and it's just what it is. But you have to find out there. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot going on with this for tomorrow. So what we do know is that one person who has seen it here, I'm going to actually, hold on. I got to send a quick little thing. What we know is that one person who has seen it, okay, sorry. I'm getting bombarded with some messages here. All right, there we go. All right, sending some links to some people who might want to join me up here. All right, so Jermaine Lucier has said here, still can't say anything about what I was doing today, though many of you are good guessers. But I will say that today was one of those days where I truly love my job, and I'm so excited to work super hard so I can pass along lots and lots of awesome news to you as soon as possible. Now, I mean, obviously, he's a senior reporter covering things for Gizmodo and IO9, which is formerly of Gawker. So take that yourself, I guess, whatever it might be. You've got, was it Big Screen Leaks had talked about this a little bit. I think he said, he said, even viewer non says, I'm not allowed to tell you what I know about the DC announcements, but I am strongly considering staying offline tomorrow. Take that as you will. Now that to me says some interesting stuff here. Big Screen Leaks says, damn, James Gunn and Peter Safran clearly had fun making this slate. And I mean, that's going to be a big thing. Now, the one person that's kind of talking about it here is My Time to Shine Hello, who I don't know. I take her with a grain of salt all the time. But she says, I'm not leaking the slate, but I will tease one project from the slate. And then references here, Swamp Thing, who I do like Swamp Thing quite a bit. So I'm very interested to see if that's the case or not. But there is absolutely, there is this particular spot that is talking about this a bit more, and I'll bring this up because it was mentioned earlier here. So this is the thread from, we're just gonna fucking zoom in on this shit here, just read it better here. So according to 4chan, this is what they're saying is going to be happening. Don't know if it's real or not. This is exactly what's popping up. And we'll have to wait and see here. So it says that The Adventures of Superman was a space opera with Superman, Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, now a movie, Wonder Woman in development, no subtitle, Batman and Robin, Dick Grayson is Batman, Bruce Wayne is missing and Damian, Swamp Thing, a movie, not a series, Suicide Squad series, new team, including Peacemaker, no movie going forward, Ezra Miller to stay as the Flash, Justice League, movie at the end of Chapter 1, Plastic Man, super random. Gunn said he wanted to make it for a long time, but Warner Brothers turned him down back in the early 2000s. Peacemaker Season 2 will be in the new DCU. Teen Titans, the movie with Tim Drake. I don't know. Joining me now is surprisingly up this late is RJ. What's up, RJ?
Hey, what's up, Matt? How you doing?
Not too much. I'm just chilling. So, what do you make of this 4chan potential?
Did Sil Abdul post this?
Possible.
Okay.
This doesn't seem. It just doesn't seem anything for me. It's
no.
Like, there's a lot of people. I mean, like the fucking Plastic Man thing is like.
Listen, Plastic Man would be really cool though. That would be cool. I think that's a character that would work really well with James Gunn's world, and is kind of.
Yeah, but not right off the bat.
Well, no, but I mean, I think tomorrow we are going to see some weird shit mixed in with the mainstream stuff, because that's just how things go. I think you need to introduce big characters and small characters together.
Yeah, well, I think you introduce them both, but you start with the smaller characters and build to the bigger characters. That seems to me like the best kind of way to go about it.
Yeah, if I were to guess, I think they launch with Superman, and then like they do Superman, small character, and then big character, small character. Just kind of like mix it in,
Yeah.
We'll see though. I don't know. I feel like most of it's already leaked out though, which is kind of sucky. I don't know. How do you?
Like, there's so much going around. You don't know.
That's true. We don't know, but like, I think the issue personally is that I understand. Well, I have a feeling I understand why they did it the way they did. I think that they're trying to rebuild their relationship as a studio with the press. They want goodwill from the press because for whatever reason, I think Warner Brothers had a really tough time with the media. Because, I think to be successful, you need to have a good relationship with both the press and the fans. Because Marvel does that a lot, where they have a really good relationship with the press and the media and the fans. So they're trying to rebuild that. I just don't know if this was the best way to launch it. Only because it's very uncontrollable. And I think that you're setting yourself up for people to take advantage of the situation and spread stuff. And I don't know. Maybe it would have been better if it was just all at once.
It should have been. I don't know why they brought people in today. Now, the only reason why I could see them bringing people in today would be to like either offer up like little tidbits to each outlet.
I think that's what it is.
So, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, just release it all at the same time. and then they'll be able to go everywhere with it. But if they've got to go in today and they got all the information today, they'll be able to have their articles and everything they need ready to go by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it gives them a solid chunk of time to prep what they need to prep in order to then be able to then drop all of that information throughout the course of the day, right? They're going to be able to kind of like, they'll do your big, you'll have your big Hollywood Reporter article, Boris Kitt, Aaron Couch, those guys will talk about it. Umberto over at The Wrap will have it behind a paywall because that's what they do.
And maybe like Hollywood Reporter will have the interview with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and Deadline will have like exclusive I think all of the major trades and outlets who attended will have something unique in their own articles, because I think that they probably, based on what Viewer Anon kind of said, he was putting out like they signed like massive NDAs and like there's a ton of legal stuff going on, and also too, it seems like each of the outlets is going to get something out of this too. So
it just seems. What I'm trying to figure out with that is the reasoning behind it. That's the thing I'm trying to figure out, because I mean, we live in the age of instantaneous, information, right? As soon as something drops, it's everywhere. So unless they're trying to figure out a way to have like maximum impact spread across the web, but they could also be trying to get ahead of the inevitable for tomorrow, right? And you know what the inevitable is.
Oh yeah. I think it's multiple reasons for doing this. Like I mentioned before, I think it's trying to rebuild the relationship with the press and the media, start things off with a more traditional way of releasing this news. Because if you go back to like 2009 when Marvel Studios was first forming, they kind of did something similar where they did like a press event sort of thing where like they put out like a press release and it was through the major trades. It's very traditional Hollywood way of going about this, not like new wave, digital,
Yeah, I mean, they probably went to like Kevin Feige and they're like, "Hey, what do you recommend for this?" But Feige's approach is like, "Let's do a conference. We're going to talk about the slate going forward, give the release dates. They'll have a couple things that are probably going to be like, you'll probably get like your general slate, and there's going to be a couple blanked out areas, right, or missing areas." That as they go through, they'll be able to talk about what those are and then lead that up to it. But at the same time, there's a highlight again, like as they do this, the reporters are going to have that information ready to drop, ready to go. But what I mean by like get ahead of the inevitable is to get ahead of the Snyder fans, because there's those guys tomorrow are going to be like, you just kicked the fucking bee's nest. Like that's all it's going to be.
Well, I saw Viewer Anon put out too. That he said like I think he already knows what the slate is or something, but he said like he may not log on to Twitter tomorrow because it's going to be a mess. And I don't think that's because like it's a bad slate. I just think that it's going to cause so much discourse. It's just going to be very annoying to even talk about.
Yeah.
Which it's going to be like that for the first little bit anyway. But if tomorrow is, if they show good stuff, I think it's all that matters at the end of the day. Yeah.
I mean, I think people are gonna get very excited about stuff. I think the biggest problem.
There's already a ton of buzz already, which is great to see. It's just that I think that, and when I say this, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I think the way they're going about this is to try and control the narrative and keep things strict and keep things on point.
Yeah.
To where it's going to be as clear messaging as possible, to where it's going to be transparent and they're going to be very forthcoming about what they're doing. So it can't be twisted,
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, everything's going to end up getting twisted. But because again, speaking of being twisted here, I showed this to you guys earlier today. Did you see this article on Fandom Wire?
No, I didn't. No,
so this is the thing. So this article popped up. James Gunn's wife is the new Shazam.
Oh,
Nepotism debate in DCU rages on as Gunn casts wife Jennifer Holland in the most unnecessary Shazam 2 appearance.
Okay.
Right now, as I pointed out before, and I just want to remind people of this. Fandom Wire at this point is more or less entirely run by writers in India. It's the second guy in charge runs the Animated Times, which is another one of these like crap ass websites that just kind of horks out shit, and so that's a lot of the same stuff here. But looking at the article, it pretty much just says like, well, where'd this come from? Oh, look, Jennifer, like, you know.
Yeah, I know where the first part came from because My Time to Shine put out that tweet as a joke because I don't know why it's just like a very stale running joke to where she just keeps putting out the same thing about James Gunn's wife, just like something.
Yeah, but then read this here. Jennifer Holland is being heavily mocked for her upcoming cameo in Shazam: Fury of the Gods, and fans have been deeming her role to be something huge or absolutely unimportant. Is she even in the movie?
We don't know. I mean, I saw someone on Twitter talk about it. Like, there was like a report saying that both her and someone else was going to make a cameo. I forget who. But that's unverified. So I'm not sure why people are saying it's confirmed because I've never seen it confirmed ever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it talked about at all, but I saw this article pop up and it's just like, what the fuck? But this is the kind of nonsense that has been going on with Hollywood and with all this crap anyway. Right. Or I should Hollywood. I mean, with these outlets, is they're literally looking for anything and everything that they can in order to push some kind of agenda. And it's, I mean, this shit's like My Time to Shine obviously put that out as a joke. I think anyone reading it would know that it's a joke, but here, this Adya woman puts it together like it's some kind of real fucking thing.
It's not. Yeah. And that's the state of online journalism, quote unquote. I don't even want to use the word journalism in 2023.
That's a very, very tough word to use.
Yes. But you know what I love though, Matt? What's really fun about this?
What's that?
Nobody knows jack shit. And if anything, what I find to be so fascinating is that up until today, because I think the press, some of the people who got invited probably had some loose lips. Because inevitably, I think that these anonymous scoopers talk to people who actually have media credentials and they tell them what's going on because they're buddies with them.
Yeah.
But outside of today, right, and even then, we don't know for sure because this could all be a controlled thing. We don't know. What I find to be fascinating is that these scoopers and everyone else are so afraid to post anything for the most part because they're afraid of getting called out. And I find that to be fascinating. I think, if anything, that's like one of the best things to come out of this whole James Gunn era is that the information wave is like very much just, it's very different compared to like, say, Marvel or anything else in Hollywood right now, which I find to be a positive thing. I think that's going to make them a bit unique to where they're not in a position where they have all this rumor bullshit going on, you know?
Well, I mean, like, obviously, you know, a lot of these guys live off of these rumors, you know, like I know James might come in from Small Screen and I kind of, you know, like they post stuff from, you know, Giant Freaking Robot and like that makes me want to pull my hair out because like they're about as bad as We Got This Covered. And have you noticed We Got This Covered has just dropped off the map?
Yeah, nobody talks with them anymore.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they've got a really good thing going on because now they've been like pimping like movies that are doing well on streaming. That's their new stuff. Right, we get joined by Anna. What's going on, Anna? Long time.
Hey, what's up? How you guys been?
Doing pretty good.
Hey,
and then now fellow Bostonian pops in.
Oh shit. Wow.
Saggy Malins.
What a reunion.
Hey, are we going to talk about the real big news of the day?
What's that?
You got laid?
Well, besides
Did
that,
you?
thank you.
Oh, you did. How's your hand? Is it cramped up? Because I hear like, you know, if you start,
I've lost all feeling in it for the last 48 hours, but it's okay. It's a left hand, so.
Oh, you tried the Stranger? You're only supposed to sit on it until it goes numb. You're not supposed to.
Did you talk about DC stuff? I'm so late.
Yeah, we just covered it.
Well, no, we're going to talk about the real big story of the day, and that's the reveal of the One Piece live action show for Netflix.
Nobody cares.
People were talking about it. It broke earlier this morning. I mean,
I still don't understand why Cutie Honey was trending on Twitter.
Who or what is that?
Okay, so Cutie Honey is a very old, like, it's not that old, but it's an older anime. It was kind of like one of those animes that has a lot of fan service. It's like a magical girl type of genre thing. It's a really good anime, but they made like multiple remakes, sequels. They had a live action movie, a live action show, and actually the live action show was like amazing. It was basically like Power Rangers, but you'll have to watch it. It's really good. But I don't know why it was trending on Twitter, and I'm like, why the fuck is Cutie Honey trending on Twitter? I haven't heard Cutie Honey in so long. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things.
Wow, that was riveting. Thank you for
Wait,
sharing.
it was
riveting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about One Piece live action. Considering the One Piece anime has been like ongoing for so long, they're at fucking like 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the longest running media property ever. No, actually, no. I think The Simpsons is.
I was about to say.
I feel like One Piece is going to end pretty soon because we just saw the fucking end of Ash Ketchum's journey as a Pokemon trainer.
Oh, it's. I think they're going to end the story. In
really?
Like 2 to 4 years. Yeah.
Things are ending.
Almost close.
Like I'm starting to feel old. I don't know if you guys are feeling it yet, but I'm starting to feel old. It's fucking weird.
No, it's just you, bro.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm just playing.
Jesus.
No, I'm not. The only reason why I'm not excited, like I know fans are excited for the One Piece, but it's like One Piece is such a long show. Like, why are you gonna start doing live action now? The show is almost ending.
Because if the anime is ending, then you can start a long form version via. Well, also too, Netflix wants more content, so you know.
So if they end the anime of One Piece, then that's when I start watching it.
I don't know.
End the
no, I'll be dead before I even finish it. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, most people don't even jump on the anime anymore. What they do is they read the manga, because reading 1,000 chapters of a story is a lot easier than watching episodes of like 24 minutes.
Surprisingly, yeah.
I mean, and also waiting for them to drop a season. Like, I've been waiting forever for Demon Slayer to drop a new season on Netflix. They just did. Yeah, they just did, and it's been like a couple of years since they first released Demon Slayer.
People also get impatient because they know that the conclusion to a lot of these anime, stories is out there. You can just read the manga and already get the experience.
But Taylor's right. The same thing I said. Like, certain animes are way too long.
Hey!
Could you give an example?
Real quick, I gotta call Saggy out real quick.
Oh shit!
I gotta call you out. So remember way back when you were like slobbing on the knob of the Cowboy Bebop show?
What? Oh,
on Netflix.
I don't know if I'd call it that, but
no. Here's the thing with Saggy. I want your thoughts on this. The creator of the anime of Cowboy Bebop said he felt insulted by the show and couldn't even watch it because he thought
that's also because that he didn't really get to have much say in it.
Yeah. Well, what about that?
There wasn't enough tissue paper.
I mean, again, if the creator had more freedom, like. I'm still like, it wasn't as that bad.
Crazy Joe here says the Netflix Cowboy Bebop was fantastic. I watched the first episode of it and I never really felt the need to go back. Like, and I was a defender of it, by the way. Like up to its coming out.
I remember
I caught a lot of shit for it. Yeah,
like people made videos about your take. You're like,
yeah, I thought that was really fucking funny. I think It's a Gundam came after me for that. Yeah.
Well,
that was funny.
Shows like a lot of people watch to like give their take on. I feel
but here's the thing. Like, first of all, when it comes, that's the problem with that's the biggest problem I have with anime, like live action adaptations, especially when it's not like the original creators having a hand in it. The thing that bothers me the most is that these things are hitting the general audience, and the general audience's opinion is definitely going to be heavily like knocked on because you got the extreme fans, the fans of the original work. And it's like, it's like kind of like when you're doing a live action adaptation, like doing a review, like Jarbo doesn't watch anime. So coming for him over his takes on the Cowboy Bebop Netflix thing when he hasn't even watched the anime, it's not fair because he's basing it off of what he is watching currently. He doesn't even know the canon material to even have that aspect. So I think it's kind of stupid that people, especially like it's a Gundam who is clearly an anime fan, because Gundam's an anime, by the way, if you didn't know that, Jarbo.
Yes, I know Gundam is an anime. Yes.
Okay,
all right. I saw didn't we see one in fucking like we saw what Pacific Rim Uprising as well as Ready Player One, both movies that year.
Oh yeah,
had Gundams in them. So and did you know that Robin Williams is such a big Gundam fan that all the Neon Genesis fan that all the toys that were in 1 Hour Photo were all his personal toys.
Oh, I believe it.
Because there was a kid that collected them in the 1 Hour Photo movie, and those were all actually Robin Williams' personal collection. He lent to the movie for them to use.
Oh wow.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I think it's a little crazy too that like a lot of people don't know too. A lot of like the best movies that are out there, a lot of the filmmakers are anime fans, and a lot of their movies have
Well,
a
I
lot
was
of
going to
anime
mention.
inspirations.
Yeah, I was going to mention too. If you want to bring up the image again, like I said this on Twitter, but like it looks the look, but can it walk? Can it talk the talk? Because like,
Well, don't we get a trailer tomorrow?
I don't know actually. I don't.
Which
think
is
so.
dumb if they put a trailer out tomorrow. I'm just
I
saying
don't-
tomorrow is going to be
I-
dominated by other stuff.
Yeah,
Hold on,
no,
who's
definitely, that's
making this
So,
live action?
so
The same people who did Cowboy Bebop.
Well, not exactly. No,
the same company. The same
It's
company.
the same production company. And what I said earlier when that was announced was that the production quality of Cowboy Bebop was not the issue; it was the writing. But here's the thing: the team making this, like they've been talking about this like the past year. They're all like super diehard fans. Like they got actual like fans and like nerds to work on this.
It's possible they learned from their mistake. I will say this is definitely like a really good first impression. Like this looks good. Like it
Looks good, although I will say I get cosplay photo shoot vibes a little bit, which
Fair
isn't
enough.
necessarily a bad thing, but
Yeah.
it's just, you know.
Well,
Here's
Well,
the-
it's just a teaser image. It's only a teaser image. So
they're
Yeah,
also
but-
not complicated costumes. You know?
No, they're not. No, but
they don't have to worry about face tits.
yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't
No,
know.
they gotta worry about the other tits and the other shit. In this show,
Yeah.
it's a lot of titties in this show.
Wait, in this show,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
a lot of.
Yeah,
I thought this
yeah.
was a kids show.
Well,
Well, it
listen,
got
Japan, listen, Japan, you know.
it got
Japan-
localized.
Japan has an entirely different definition of titties.
Let's just say Japan censorship on their animes, like they are like a lot of the kids shows, like Sailor Moon, for example. There was a lot of LGBTQ stuff in Sailor Moon, and
Oh,
Yeah, they
it
turned
was a kids, it was a kids show, and they don't care about
they
that.
turned two lesbians into they turned them into cousins in the the localization.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird when
I
you
know,
find
that's
out that they
weird.
were cousins in the
That
American
explains so
adaptation.
much about the current trends on Pornhub.
Wow,
That-
Jarbo.
All right.
Yeah,
What?
someone had to say it. Someone had to say it.
But I said this earlier too. Here's the problem you're going to run into. This is like probably one of the hardest things you could ever translate to live action because this shit is just inherently goofy. Like it's meant to be a cartoon, like a comic strip. Like it's inherently goofy shit, like really goofy, like artwork and like powers and all that. This would be like making like a live action version of Mickey Mouse. You know, it's just you can try. I just don't know. I don't know. Because like unless like this could be like go horribly wrong with the visual effects because you know you have the stretchy powers and all that shit. Like my only concern is like I think that because you have diehard fans working on this, like you have nerds working on this who actually care about this shit, it might be okay. But I don't know if like it's you know what I'm saying. It's hard to explain. It's just like this shit's so goofy. You know?
I mean, a good first impression is just that, a good first impression, and to me, that's what this is. But I got to see more before I'm able to determine.
And I don't know if this is going to connect with like the public. Like, I'm not sure how you make this appealing to like, say, someone like Matt Jarbo who doesn't give a shit about anime. Like,
It's true.
But you know what though? Like I never would have thought that Adam's Family would be a property that would come back and like be so huge. I never would have thought that in a million years, ever. And I mean, look, like anything. I feel like anything these days can be adapted. But like when it's just like a live action adaptation, it's not really like a reimagining or like from coming from a new character's perspective. I feel like it kind of falls flat.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
the
the Wednesday side of it, I get what you're trying to say about Wednesday, but they turned Wednesday into like a Riverdale-esque drama. But it worked.
They
But it
grounded
worked.
transformed it.
They grounded
Yeah,
it,
Yeah, they grounded it in a way that was like, okay, it was Harry Potter-esque, but it had enough going for it to where it's entertaining, and I still love the hell out of it.
But with One Piece, though, like, if you strip away the cartooniness, you strip away some of its unique identity, which is the problem. Like, I'm not sure what you do with this.
Well, Ralph here says didn't work for the Munsters, but that's entirely different though. Like the Munsters movie was meant to be like very cheeky. It was meant to feel in line with what you got out of the 60s with the original show. Like, it wasn't designed to kind of be a whole new thing. It was literally meant to be a prequel.
The months.
Yeah.
And
So-
it had some okay moments, but it had some bad moments too, to be fair.
Right. I mean, I will say this, like, I think that the best production company so far that has came out with live action adaptations of anime that's been on Netflix is a Japanese company, Robot Communications Inc. They've produced numerous live action adaptations of animes that are freaking amazing. They did Assassination Classroom, which was amazing considering how goofy and crazy that anime was. It translated, they did it perfectly in a live action adaptation, even with the CGI. They did, they did the Parasite series, Parasite Eve. They did a lot of really good live action adaptations.
They did a live action of Parasite Eve.
Yeah.
How'd that turn out?
Probably good. They have a good record. I mean, they did Spaceship Battle Yamato.
Okay, because I like Parasite Eve the game. So
yeah, they've done that. They've done a lot, and actually, you know, Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, I hear nothing but good things about that.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. But Alice in Borderlands, they did that, and that's based on a manga. They have. Good track record.
I understand that point there. Hold on here. I did miss one. I want to hold on. I gotta freaking find it again. There was a super chat that I missed that I needed to get to. I'm sorry, guys, but no, there's a lot of shit. Anyway, sorry. Isaac here. Patu says Oda said last year that the manga would have 3 to 5 years left.
We're getting close to the end of the One Piece story, so like another 3 to 5 years, and then So
how long has it been on now?
God, since '99.
Yeah, another 3 to 5 years.
Damn, it's only 1 year younger than me.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't care though. This is his magnum opus. This is like the story he's been working on all his life. So
I understand that, you know, people like it's going to be a little bit different on these adaptations. Like I liked the Netflix adaptation of Death Note.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I liked it for what it was.
Jarbo.
That's a take. I admit, but I admit it's not as good as the original anime, which I have seen. Or even I've seen
a very Americanized version.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably the biggest issue with the movie is that they had to try to find a way to Americanize it. And that's just why I'm not a fan of a lot of these adaptations. Like you could do like, you know, you don't have to do everything in live action. Like it's kind of, it's just like we're at a point now where animation looks so fucking good that you don't have to worry about it as much, right?
Well, anime movies get released in theaters and do super well, you know,
for a weekend. For a weekend. Yeah.
Well, a weekend.
Sorry, I have to, because like I get that Jarbo's a normie, but like if you watch the original anime from start to finish, you would look back at that movie and be like,
but yeah, I know that it's different enough, and I'm okay with that.
But it's not even that. It's like
I didn't say that it was good. I just said that I liked it. There's a difference. I think there's a difference there.
But it's like they completely changed the characters to be the polar opposite of what they were supposed to be. Like,
yeah, it was a different take on it, and I didn't mind that as much.
The fact that they made Light, who is supposed to be like the whole point of this show and the whole concept of the story was you had two very fucking smart people who have a very different definition of what justice is, and they basically are playing a game of cat and mouse where they completely just spit that whole concept out, because that was literally the premise of the show. They spit it out and be like, hey, well, Light is doing this because he's doing it for justice, but in the live action show you watch, he's doing it for pussy. It's the most dumbest thing I've ever fucking
here's the thing with that though, is doing it for pussy is one of the most relatable things audiences are going to understand. Right? You're going to understand like, ooh, this may not be a good idea, but damn, that sweet muff clam. You know what? Like that's how this shit is. Like, yes, I get it. Like the character, here's the thing though, is like you also, in regards to having a 2-hour movie, where your protagonist has to be somewhat likable as well as somewhat redeemable. Light's character in the anime is not redeemable.
Well, yeah, he's meant to be the villain at the end of the story,
and so in this particular case, like they had to make sure that it's like the light in this case kind of happened across the book, right? And it's like he's being manipulated by the girl, and to some extent, you could almost even argue by Ryuk himself. Which, by the way, that was fucking excellent casting.
Oh yes,
all right. So you know, say what you fucking will about it being a fucking different sort of fucking thing, there, Mr. Krabby Patties. All right, but that's fucking good casting. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, listen.
Plus, Seattle represent, bitch.
Hold on. Japan already did 4 live action adaptations of Death Note. The first 2 were literally direct, and they covered the.
I saw the first
series.
one. No, I saw the first one. I did see the first one actually.
Yeah, the Japanese adaptations.
Yeah, it was good. It was
perfect.
good.
They were perfect because they followed the manga and anime perfectly, and they changed the ending so they can make 2 more movies. But like the way they did it was the way it should have been done when we took it off. Like, yeah, you can modernize it a bit, but like
hold on,
it was just
to counteract you for a second. If Japan already made like a live action adaptation that was 1-to-1 to the manga, why would you want the American one to do the exact same thing?
Burn.
What do you mean? Why?
Because you already have a live action adaptation that's 1-to-1 to the manga. Why would you not just watch that?
Because it's an American adaptation. It could have been done so much better.
Hold on, Taylor makes a great point. Just I'll put it into the terms Jarbo will understand. Saying you liked the take on the live action Death Note is like saying The Last Jedi is a great Star Wars movie. I don't agree with that sentiment only because it's
I
like
agree, Taylor.
No. The Last Jedi. No. The Last Jedi is the middle piece of a trilogy, not the first movie of a standalone. All right. I get the point you're trying to make here when we're talking about respecting the source material. I understand that. I'm not saying that the 2017 Death Note movie is one that I run to as just, I want to watch this one again. I'm just saying I enjoyed it for what it was. All right. Like I watched the anime of the original and it depresses the fuck out of me. And there's some days I don't feel like watching a depressing story. So there's other things to check out.
Oh, by the way, Lupin the Third was adapted into live action in Japan. But believe it or not, a lot of animes it was made into live action in Japan. Japan's been doing live action adaptations.
Did anyone watch the Lupin the Third anime movie? Because like I saw the trailer and it looked really good.
The CG animated one.
Yeah.
I have not seen it, but I've heard nothing but amazing things.
It looked amazing from the trailer, and I never watched the show, but it's like I remember back when they had Adult Swim had like the anime block after midnight.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like Trigun and Lupin and fucking Detective Conan, which I loved.
The only Lupin movie I've ever seen is the one that Hayao Miyazaki directed, which is one of his first movies. That's the only one I've ever seen. I think it's the Caso Cagliostro. I think.
Okay. Because I think somebody sent me something like a GIF from that. It looked pretty good. I saw, it's kind of like the original like Aeon Flux type shit. But
the good thing about Lupin is that it's a serialized story to where it doesn't matter. You just jump in whenever. You can watch whatever movie you want. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's just
by the way, Jarbo, if you like Lupin, there's a Netflix show Lupin that's kind of similar to it. It's actually not bad. It's
the French show, right?
Yeah, but it's not bad.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
the reviews have been pretty solid.
I don't think it's connected to the anime though. I think this is another show called.
Oh no, it's not connected to the anime, but it's same concept. It's pretty much still same.
All right, so this is here says Gundam took inspiration from the Starship Troopers novel as well as the 1993 Exo Squad and James Cameron's Aliens.
What?
You gotta understand, this is Love's Exo Squad, and we'll find any way to work it into a conversation, and that's okay. That's all right. That's why.
I appreciate the grind.
But I appreciate the way to kind of keep it on everyone's minds.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, I'll tell you this though. The thing with James Cameron's Alien films and like some of the advancement of the tech in Avatar: The Way of Water, the military side of that was cool, right? In Avatar, the military's got some cool fucking gear, So take inspiration where you can, I guess.
Yeah.
And then also HBARS did drop one here too. Thank you. It says just a reminder for the AI. Also get ready for tomorrow, RJ.
Yeah, I know. I got a big.
Yeah, I got to bring. Yeah,
that's very good.
Oh no, HBART's made other. other.
He sent you that AI thing.
Well, he's been making AI of me. We played one earlier. I can play some other ones here real quick.
That's creepy.
Yeah. It is creepy. I was actually at the can't say library. I was at college this morning, and I was fucking around with it. I uploaded some like 5 minutes of my own voice, and it came back sounding, like okay-ish, but not the greatest thing I'd ever seen there. And then also,
AI's taking over the world, man. It's scary.
it really is. Also, Garrick here wanted to remind us that Alex Jones watches trans porn. He does, actually. That is true. He did. Yeah.
Proven fact.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay, so just...
Why are you worried about that? Ah, damn it. I gotta figure out a way to like.
Yeah.
All right. This is it right here. I was just gonna. All right.
I want to take the time to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Mikey Sutton and Sil Abdul and Skywalker, the Jedi. I realized my mistake and now believe in the Snyderverse coming back. And it will come back full force because Zaddy is God. Zaddy is life.
Wow.
Yeah, that was weird.
What the hell is that?
This is AI. That's supposed to be.
Yeah, someone's like, so they took a voice sample of Jarbo and uploaded it to make it say what they wanted to say.
Yeah.
That's like I can obviously tell the difference very clearly, but that's
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
That's very
What
creepily
the
close though.
Fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with technology? It's
Oh,
scary.
there's another one here. This is the last one. This one sounds demented.
I want to take the time to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Mikey Sutton and Sil Abdul and Skywalker the Jedi. I realized my mistake and now believe in the Snyderverse coming back, and it will come back full force because Zaddy is God. Zaddy is life.
I feel like that used.
Fuck.
I feel like that used a voice sample of you talking really sarcastically for some
What
reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's kind of.
Oh god, I just realized someone's gonna do that with Saggy, but change everything that was said there and just change to Andy.
No, it's somebody.
I will murder you, H. Barts. You will be dead.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Saggy's got a very distinct dialect.
Yeah,
So-
I'd love to see an AI try and copy her voice.
Yeah, Saggy, can you do me a favor and try to emulate Lois Griffin?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Shit.
Peter.
Because somebody.
Peter.
That impression sucks.
I know. I get me like. I get Meg a lot. People say I sound like Meg.
What's the one with the homeless guy? Was that the one you sent me from earlier? Hold on.
I can't do that voice. That's way too creepy voice.
How do you fucking suck at that accent? You're from the same general area as fucking Lois Griffin. You should literally be the most qualified to do it.
Ah, Peter. I don't fucking know. I sound like I felt like I sound like Marge Simpson. when I
No,
do my
you sound more like you do sound more like Lois there, but
Homie.
it sounds like a bit like Marge. Yeah. So here's this is another one that H Barts has made.
Hello, my name is Jat Marbo, and I bring you nightly live streams on Two Deer Cinema as my way of getting back at that copycat, Matt Jarbo. Seriously, Matt, knock it off, or I'll beat you like you did that homeless man.
Hey, can I hear that one more time? Wow.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Jat Marbo, and I bring you nightly live streams on Two Deer Cinema as my way of getting back at that copycat, Matt Jarbo. Seriously, Matt, knock it off, or I'll beat you like you did that homeless man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is what he said.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, there you go. Jat Marbo, that son of a bitch. This is the other one he sent me. I don't know if I listened to this one or not.
This fucking homeless man stole my seat at the library, so I beat him within an inch of his life. That's because I, Matt Jarbo, got Donald Trump elected. Yeah, that's right. Fight me, Blue Skull for life.
What the actual?
That's fucking hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
There we go. That's
Do my Harley Quinn, Mr. Duan.
Oh my god, Saggy.
Please stop.
No.
you-
Mr. J.
Are you gonna be revealed as part of the slate tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm
Saggy
Harley
already
Quinn.
knows this lake. She has sources, apparently.
I'm nervous, RJ.
I actually
genuinely
do.
nervous.
That's the crazy part. I actually have my sauces, guys. My sauce.
Why don't you become a full-on scooper? You can make money.
Because I don't want to do all that crap. I'm not gonna do that. You know what kind of rabbit hole that no, I'm good.
Yeah,
Listen,
no.
there's
But-
not,
but
there's
Saggy,
not
if
enough
you-
scoopers out there. There's only two.
I
Potentially one.
don't want to be a scooper. People tell me
wait,
things they
Grace
know
and
I'm
My
not
Time to
gonna
Shine.
Yeah, apparently they're the same person too. That's
What about Lizzie from
Oh yeah,
Cousin
Lizzie Yo.
Circuit.
That's my
Yeah.
bad. Okay, so there's two. There's two.
I mean, maybe I am my time to shine. You don't know.
Rational, I opened the show with your Emma Watson one, so people can go back and listen to that one. But I mean, you can really like make that AI shit's getting kind of crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
well, it's so funny to me because it's like as it progresses and gets better, could you just how many YouTubers are just going to be like, all right, I don't want to fucking say shit, so they're just going to be like, Chat GTP, write me this, and then they're just going to take that and they're going to throw it into the AI thing that already has their voice.
It'll be useful for people who literally can't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are getting crazy.
Well, what was that? What was that thing that RJ you had commented on with Rich from Review Tech last night? You guys got to see this shit. If I could find it. It's the DSP thing.
Oh yeah, his camera. Yeah.
Is that real? Like it looked like it was. It's got to be the beauty filter. I'm trying to find it.
I think it was probably like a clip from like a troll channel, and they used a beauty filter on him. I don't know, but it looked really bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on your Twitter account because I know you responded to Review Tech.
Yeah, it might be.
Wait, DSP looked bad. Damn.
Oh no! It's crazy. That's the reason I want to bring it up. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny that I did in fact come across the
I found it.
The PlayStation in the wild tonight.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh my god, a PS5 in the wild. Yeah, it's not the right one.
Yeah, I showed my entire thing.
Okay, it's crazy how rare those things
are. All right, now it should work.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Look at his face. Like, look at this.
Guess what? I can ban your ass at a moment's notice. I can ban your ass if you flirt the wrong way. I could ban your ass if you scratch your ass in a way that pisses me off. I can still ban your ass. Guess what?
What is up with look at that? It's like this is the lighting.
It's AI upscale. It's AI upscale. You can tell by looking at it. It's AI upscale. And I don't know if it's just what they ran it through.
Someone else take the clip and do it.
Somebody else must have taken the clip because it's his face is upscaled. Everything, unless his new camera just has his face like that. I don't know. I don't watch DSP, but it looks like it's just play the clip again.
Yeah, hold on.
Guess what? I can ban your ass at a moment's notice. I can ban your ass if you flirt the wrong way. I could ban your ass if you scratch your ass in a way that pisses me off. I can still ban your ass.
Okay. So what I think happened here is this is a static image that they ran through one of those apps.
Yeah,
that makes it move because look at his lips right there, right? Look at his lips.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how right it just you see his teeth, but it's
it doesn't seem right.
It does because those aren't real teeth. That's probably made up shit.
Yeah, hold on here.
That's what that AI does.
Wait, hold on here. Rich and Jay, so Review Tech and Jay, who are planning on doing a short horror film of Light Side Bill, and are looking for other YouTubers to be in it, and they brought your name up to be in it too. Oh, cool. I don't know who Light Side Bill is though.
No, that it's a parody of DSP, Dark Side Film.
Oh, okay.
Oh
yeah,
God,
they're doing a parody horror film about DSP.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny. Did they want me to be DSP or what?
Oh that would be interesting.
If they want to fly my ass to New York where Rich is at or Canada where Jay is, yeah, sure, why not?
Also, H-Bars, that's just an insult to Dante.
Wait, you want to be DSP?
Don't you? Think about all the riches I would get. All the riches on the internet I would get from being Dark Side Phil. Oh my God, you guys, it'd be amazing. No, I don't want to. I think no. I mean, if they want, I mean, I do want to stretch my acting chops. I would like to get back into acting. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh, hey, there's that guy who's gotten famous for being fake Mr. Beast. You know,
his brother.
No, there's that fake Mr.
guy
Beast.
Who was on Epic Rap Battles of History.
No, that was a fake knockoff rap battle.
I'll tell you this. I am so over Mr. Beast. I think I don't have nothing against Jimmy personally, but I'm just I'm over Mr. Beast. You know, it's just all right. I've seen enough. Move on. I just don't get.
I take it you haven't seen
I respect what he's
meme.
doing. I think what he's doing is good. I know people complain where it's well, you're just giving people lots of money, but it doesn't fix the inherent flaws of our society. I'm like, he ain't Jesus, okay? At least he's doing something good with his wealth.
I mean, the 1,000 people who can now see when they couldn't afford to get the procedure to see before would definitely disagree with all the bullshit. It's like, I get it. The person has money. They're actually spending it to help people. They do it for clicks so they can continue to get that money so they can continue to spend it on people. So what is the issue? I mean, it's not like Mr. Beast has a scandal. He's not a sex pest. He's not a fraud.
I know, but aren't you kind of waiting for like something to drop at this point? Like that to me is just
I think it's
like
just the expectation of the society we live in.
I mean, I do not think Jimmy's a bad guy. I've never like I'm more than happy to watch him like build, like to do things to help people who can see. That's really good. But I think at the end of it, like the spectacle of Mr. Beast is like lost on me, and that might impact the philanthropy that he does.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, but then again, I tried watching PewDiePie the other day, and I was like, no, this is not aged well.
But my whole thing is like with Mr. Beast, like it's like, do you want him to just stop then, and then no one gets help? He doesn't.
I'm not saying that at all.
No, not you. I mean, I see the comments like with this whole situation in my head. I'm sitting there like, why is everyone mad? Like, do you just want Mr. Beast to just stop and not help anyone so everybody who could possibly be helped and have their lives changed won't, because y'all are feeling like Mr. Beast isn't doing enough with the money that he's earned?
Well, the issue is that people, again, what I said earlier, is that people expect him to be able to like systematically change society in terms of like the systematic capitalist oppression, but he can't. I mean, so I don't know. It's the whole like, whoa, why are you participating in like upholding this bullshit like medical issue? I'm like, you can't fix the medical system, It's just like, what do you want to do? I don't know.
I mean, it's just like, so this is how he chooses to spend his money. Like, fucking deal with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, sure. I mean, he's also like I think he's also pretty corporate backed. He works with Daryl Eves, who does like the Vid Summit stuff, and he's kind of like, I think he's really helped build him up. And again, I think Jimmy just does nice stuff. I was watching a video the other day, I think from was it like Sunny V2 or something, about how like Mr. Beast's brother has like never lived up to the hype or whatever, and it's like you could kind of tell that he just kind of felt like he had to follow in his brother's footsteps.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's the thing is like YouTube, where YouTube is as a culture with like the younger demographic, right? It's like way different. I mean, look at this shit tonight with the whole thing with Geeks and Gamers over the fucking Last of Us. It's like you're still pushing homophobia in 2023. Like it's such a weird fucking thing. And like, and listening to that clip when he goes like, oh, when the game came out and like it meant nothing, like gay stuff had to be hidden away. Like, no, it didn't. They told the story of Bill the way that they did because it was tragic. Bill was so paranoid that he pushed Frank away, and Frank died in the process. Yeah. Here they gave us something wholly different. And but it worked to convey the same type of story, just with more of a hopeful aspect. And by the way, we're not going to see anything else that's hopeful throughout the rest of the fucking show. This was the nice thing.
Oh yeah. I love how Neil Druckmann was like, why are you guys crying? This is supposed to be the happiest episode of the season.
Yeah, it's like I'm just waiting for when the two black kids pop up, Heel versus
Sam and Henry.
Yeah, when they die, because every one of the show is going to get it. By the way, when they get it, are we going to see cheering videos? They shut down diversity by taking out the minority. Like, is that the kind of crap that fucking Az is going to say? Because I wouldn't put it past them. Well, they're not going to directly say it, but we know where they're going to dog whistle for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching the slow descent that Az has taken from just a guy who talked about video games to a dude who will literally just say anything to fit in has been one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
I remember watching Heel versus Babyface back when he was making videos on like video game news and stuff.
Yep,
he was fine back then.
Yeah, he seemed like an okay guy.
He fell down that Phantom Menace pipeline, and he just became insufferable.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how YouTubers fall.
He became like a chameleon just to like fit in with what was, I assume where the ad revenue was for him. He just kept, getting worse and worse, going down that rabbit hole more and more. It was sad.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, those guys should just focus on shitting on Velma because literally everybody else is, so it's not anything that's uncommon. Although, I mean, Velma, I've been trying to watch Velma. I've been trying.
I'm not watching it.
It's hard. It is hard to get into. It is.
It's hard to watch.
It is difficult to watch.
It's hard to watch. It's just
I'm
bad.
like, I get about like halfway through an episode, and then I just start getting like, I watch it before I go to bed, and it's been difficult to like. Kind of puts me to sleep, to be honest with you. But you know what show I've been watching that I really like is that 90s show.
Oh, okay, I've heard good things.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that
thing. But the thing with that 90s show is like, what's so funny is like, when I was a teenager, when the first show came out, like you laugh because you're following the adventures of the kids and like, oh, rebelling against the parents. Mm-hmm. And then now here it is, 20 years later, I'm in my 40s. I have kids. I'm watching the show and I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking, I get red. I get it, man. It's just, they got the best dialogue on the show. I like the younger kids. They're not as good as the original cast, but it's still fun to watch.
Bro, that Asian kid kills me, but man, that kid's funny.
Oh, Ozzy's funny. Funny.
He's hilarious. There's stuff like sometimes he's cringe, but like for the most part, the most times I laughed was with Ozzy. Ozzy's hilarious. Like the Home Alone thing, like we forgot Ozzy, and then he's like, I was like, oh my god, I was dying.
Oh no! What got me on that one is when they go pick him up, and it just has the subtitles of her going like, "Oh fuck, I'm fucking fucked, aren't I?" Just like the show. The show is pretty decent. It's got a nice update to Point Pleasant. They're bringing in, they brought back most of the cast for cameos, and it's nice to see him again. It's really nice to see him. Like I think that's like the thing I enjoyed about Fuller House, even because I liked Fuller House. I thought they did a good job with it, bringing him back. And yeah, the old cast would kind of, the older people in the cast would pop up every once in a while, but it kept the stories going with the younger ones and then their kids. And it's like, you can do the generational sitcom and have it work out pretty well. I mean, even Roseanne did it, for crying out loud, until she went all fucking Ambien crazy.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
But then, like, you thought they were going to cancel the Connors. They were going to get rid of that show, and now that's on like its 5th season.
Oh, that show's still going, huh?
It's still, dude. It's Dan got remarried to fucking Peggy Bundy.
Wow.
The Katie Seagal's in the show, but it's like Roseanne dies in the show. From an OD or whatever.
Wow.
And then it's like, yeah. And then like, they're still trying to figure life out, and like they still have most of the original cast. I think DJ, the Michael Fishman, the actor who played him, he just left the show. I don't know why. Like, what else are you doing with your life right now? But he's got all those years of Roseanne money and the residuals. He's probably sitting pretty. So it's if you do the show and do it right, people will check it out. So I think that's kind of where we are with some of these shows. We don't need, like look at Quantum Leap. Like I hear it's really good, but hey, bring back Dr. Sam Beckett. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, I still don't understand why they didn't tease something like that. I don't know.
I prefer getting like continuation series rather than like rebooting things entirely or just trying to do. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's a little bit more refreshing.
This says Night Court is back. That's true. I still need to watch that. Because I grew up watching Night Court. Love John Larroquette. And Melissa Rauch from Big Bang Theory. I always liked her as Bernadette. So not to say it's like actually I didn't have like a small crush on her or whatever, because I kind of did. I just the mousy blonde. Yeah, what can I say?
Yeah. Well, real quick too, because I don't know how much longer you wanted to go.
Yeah, probably gonna have like 10 minutes or whatever.
I just wanted to bring up, because this happened earlier today. I just wanted to give my I'm not sure if anyone knows about the channel Schaefer.
No, we talked about that at the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wasn't sure if you did, but
I mentioned it. I have no working knowledge of who that is.
I watch Schaeferillas a lot. James makes like really great content about animated films, and just like he does really great reviews on games and stuff too. This is just fucking horrible news, man. Like, because we just talked a little bit about like a few weeks ago, Jay Briscoe died in a car crash, and now this, man, like where his brother and his best friend die in a car crash. He's in critical condition fighting for his life. I mean, fuck, dude. That just
Yeah, he's a good dude too.
And then you reopen
Yeah.
up that intersection, how fucking dangerous it is to you. Traffic lights or nothing. It's like, fuck, man.
Do you know they're in my
It's very
town?
sad.
They're getting rid of a bunch of traffic lights and replacing them with traffic circles.
That's some bullshit.
Traffic circle.
No, it's not. It's not bullshit. It's actually proven to be safer.
Oh, really?
Because
know.
it the flow of traffic is continuous. Right? It takes a little bit to get used to, and some are not all that great. There's a couple in my city that are like, holy fuck annoying. But they work because you slow down to a yield and you're never really stopped for more than a couple seconds. It's not like, a light randomly changes every fucking 30 seconds or some shit. But it keeps the flow of traffic pretty continuous.
Traffic donuts.
And yeah, I mean, it works out pretty well. And what's funny is when people don't know a traffic circle is coming, I've seen so many cars out doing deliveries that have just gone right through them. Like they have to put like the bigger things in the center to stop people from going over them. But like they put one in a neighborhood that you could literally just drive over and it wasn't even like an issue, so it's just, but but I get it. Traffic lights are very flawed.
I want to say something to the effect of, please be safe while driving and just take all
roundabouts.
But even if you're driving safe, sometimes it's not even your fault. It's someone else's fault who ends up getting you killed, another driver. I don't know, man. Shit's just fucking sad because I don't know. I just can't imagine losing your brother and your best friend in a car accident and you're in the car with them. It's fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Steven here says, aren't you missing one topic from today? Which one?
You covered The Last of Us and the Slate. Right?
I mean, well, what we know about the Slate and everything else. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, if you want real quick, do you want to cover what supposedly is leaked from the Slate? Like
legit by who?
Well, like the rumors from like My Time and a bunch of other people who were like teasing shit.
I did talk about the My Time, the Swamp Thing aspect of it. I did bring that up.
And she jumped the gun and leaked something else too, but she deleted that.
I jumped the gun. Good one, RJ.
So, well, it's surprisingly not. It's not even really on Reddit or anything.
No, because most people are sworn to silence until tomorrow. Although probably it'll start leaking out about like an hour or two before
probably
the embargo lifts. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. The only thing I saw is that supposedly we're getting both Swamp Thing and Booster Gold. So that's apparently what the rumor on the street is. And for some reason, people keep teasing Batman and Robin, like some kind of Batman and Robin project. I don't know if that's for Batman 2 or like their own separate Batman movie. Because supposedly this one account, Superman on Film, said that, because I guess they were at the presentation and they talked to someone who was, they're saying that James Gunn is just going to go with his own Batman. It's not going to be the Reeves Batman.
I mean, hasn't he said as much?
That's what he said, but some people thought that it was just kind of, maybe it wouldn't be that way.
I don't know if he would have put it so definitively if it was an option they were considering, but fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I never really thought that it would. I never thought it was going to be Robert Pattinson in this.
Yeah. Oh, and Green Lantern. But Green Lantern, I think everyone figures tomorrow we're getting Superman, Green Lantern, and like some kind of surprise. So, I mean, Superman is for sure a lock, no matter what. So
they'll talk about Superman, but I don't even know if we'll get. They'll probably just be like, here's a Superman movie. I don't even know if we're going to get a title. Like, do you think that we're going to get...
I don't know. I mean, the way people are making it sound, I think it's pretty substantial. Like, it's a lot more projects. I mean, we're not talking about, 20 projects, but about 7 to 8 projects across TV and movies. And then
that's more than I was expecting it, so.
I'm hoping we get a video presentation, but if not, I hope we at least get some logos and concept art and a title. And maybe
I would like a video presentation because it would be a lot easier to cover on that one right there.
Fair enough.
Video would be a lot more engaging versus reading a wall of text, But I mean, whatever they're going to do, they're going to do.
I'm very, very nervous, honestly.
Why?
because I love DC and I've loved it since I was a little kid, and I've never felt very comfortable with like the live action adaptations of most of it. So this is going to determine a long. I don't want it to be a laughing stock. I don't want DC to be a laughing stock in film anymore. I don't. I really don't.
I think at this point, the only place you can go is up.
Fair enough.
We've already hit rock bottom.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I think it's
Yeah.
you know, I mean, look, James Gunn they knew what they were doing when they took on the job. They knew what they were getting themselves into, and I think people out there, you know, are like just wanting it to be over with. Like, I tell you, I didn't think that joke from that congressman was funny. But that was I didn't like it because it's like the guy just got on the job like a couple weeks ago.
Isn't he the one who got sworn in on the Superman comic?
Yeah, and it took a week.
He's a fan.
Sure,
fan.
No. I get that he's a fan, but like our faith in Congress is at an all-time low. So it's like don't give the other side any energy is my general point on that one. I thought it was kind of, I mean, definitely like I get the humor of it, you know, like even Boris Kit today is like, we're on it. Like, yeah, of course you're on it. You're fucking trades. You guys are going to be on everything. So we'll have to.
Yeah. How do you think it's going to go down tomorrow in terms of the reaction? Do you think it's going to be positive or negative, or we're all over the fucking place?
I think that
are they going to convince the doubters?
There will always be doubters, RJ.
No, I know that, but can they convince the vast majority to give it a chance?
I think you've got the hardcore Snyder people. Like, nah, they're gone. They're gone. Like they're gone. Like they've been infected by cordyceps. They're gone. You know, like literally, they're not gonna. If it doesn't have Zack Snyder's name on it, you know, and here's the thing: tomorrow, Zack will not say anything about it. Zack will not post anything saying, "Good luck to my friend James Gunn." He won't do it. He won't do it. He could easily do it. He could show solidarity with his colleagues. He won't do it.
Part of me really hopes you're wrong on this because that would mean so much if he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spherical Man asking, right. Will Max take the Slate review? Well, no, not at all. Even H. Schwartz agrees Max is going to throw a shit fit. Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to give Max the benefit of the doubt. I believe in Max. If it's good, I trust that he'll be fair to it.
I think he's going to post that.
I can't wait. You know what I'm excited for? I can't wait to see how Sil reacts to it because I just know all those guys are going to fucking shit on. Be like, this is why we need the Snyderverse to go to Netflix.
Well, I figure what I'll probably do tomorrow night then is try to compile as much reaction as we can, hopefully video wise, and we'll just watch a bunch of reactions and see what like the weirdos like freak out.
You're doing a show tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest news days of the year.
It's the last day of the month. I kind of gotta, you know. Yeah, but it's I wasn't. Yeah, I mean, look, I need to. Fuck, I gotta find a time to watch the Book of Eli to do a audio commentary on it. That might be late this week.
Wait, what?
What?
Did you just say you're looking for time to watch the Book of Eli?
To watch it again?
Oh, okay. I was gonna friggin' slap the friggin' taste out your mouth. I'm like, bro, I will forgive you for Rocky, but if you haven't seen the Book of Eli, I was gonna slap the.
It's more of a crime not to watch Rocky than the Book of Eli.
I saw it came out in 2010. I saw it at the drive-in.
The Book of Eli was so good. If he didn't see it, I would have been so mad.
It's a good fucking movie. I need to watch it again to be so when I talk about it, it's fresh on my mind.
Yeah,
bro, I've watched that movie so much. It's fresh in my mind.
That's good. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's a solid movie. I love the movie. It's
such a good movie.
It's not that I just want to be able to, it's like I watched The Mist the other day and I was like, yeah, The Mist is great. Like I just wanted it fresh on my mind to be able to talk about it.
Yeah. The Book of Eli is one of my favorite movies. I love the way they did it. And I love the big, because I see people say they didn't see it. I like the big twist at the end that threw me off. And it's funny because when you rewatch that movie, knowing how it ends, you're just like, huh, now everything makes fucking sense. And it's like, it's like one of those movies, once you watch, you go back and rewatch it and be like, oh yeah.
Have you ever seen The Mist?
I have not seen The Mist.
That movie will fuck you up in the end. Like, I want you to watch, it's on Netflix right now, but like, I would recommend if you could get your hands on the black and white version of it, watch that. because the black and white version of it's it's
Wait,
better.
I think no, I think I did see the mist. That's the one where the mist literally kills you if you go into it, right?
Well, there's creatures in there, yeah.
Right, yeah. No, I did see the mist. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I have seen the mist.
You should watch it again.
That ending is still fucked up, man. That I saw that in theaters, and I was like not expecting that ending. I was like, holy shit!
Fucked up ending. It's really fucked up.
It's like really if you just would have waited
5 more seconds.
Yeah, it's like,
you're so close.
Shit. You know, did you watch that Boogeyman trailer? Because that looks pretty solid.
No, I'll have to watch it after the stream.
It looks pretty good. They've got the that's the new one coming out. That's the one that they were going to put on Hulu, but they're dropping it in theaters.
Yeah, because apparently it's like test screens did so amazingly well. They're like blown away by the reception.
Well, that's the thing. So it's like I just put my review of Megan up today over on the Podio Commentary channel, and it's like I called it a fun but gutless horror movie. And it is. It's like the commentary is interesting on like, you know, child rearing with technology. Mm-hmm. But it's like when it got to the horror, it just like you see everything in the trailer. Like literally everything in the trailer. And it's like, God damn it. You know, like it was fine, but I just, at the end of it, I'm all like, oh, okay. It should have been rated R to make up for it should have been rated R.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to get as many people as they could. Like, I mean, you know, but I did see, I think Walmart had like Violent Night on like 4K for like $25 or some shit. And I was like, that one I might get. Have you guys all seen Violent Night yet?
No, not yet. I need to.
That was good. That Violent Night is great. Yeah, I see Enterprising brings up the Mario Brothers tease. We saw that. We watched that last night. So
cute little things to remind you of the movie. But Sally, we have an important question for you.
Oh boy.
Oh God, what and how?
Do you have any predictions for tomorrow?
Come on, Melon.
Since you have the scoop.
Didn't I already give my predictions though?
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I did. I said that they're gonna. I said it on Max's stream. Okay, I'll just repeat what I said on Max's stream.
I actually have a bet with Nicotina. Gonna watch Max's show.
Well, I made a bet with Nicotina, so my prediction is they're gonna tell us about the stuff we already know about, or at least like talk about it in a little bit, like not a lot, right? They're gonna probably bring up, you know, the Flash movie, huh?
They're gonna bring up the things that we already know about.
I mean, yeah. No, I'm talking. No, what we already know, meaning the projects that we know are already coming, like the Flash, the Aquaman, and
Wait, you think they're gonna waste their time talking about that?
No,
bullshit?
They're not gonna. Well, first of all, promotions is coming. I mean, they're gonna drop the trailer in like 18 days now on the Super Bowl. So I mean, they're gonna probably talk about that a little bit. They're gonna. But the stuff that we don't know, obviously the obvious things they most likely are going to talk about is Superman and Batman, because those are the two franchises that people are probably more excited to hear about than anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much. Then they're obviously going to announce, you know, some new stuff that they're probably.
Here's the bigger question, and this is for everybody. Do you think they can, like, what are we getting? Hard reboot or soft reboot?
Hard.
So I think parts are. It's gonna be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
So I think that the word. Well, I mean, James Gunn did pretty much say soft reboot, but then you hear that they're doing a hard reboot. So again,
Dave Bautista's make it seem like they're just starting from scratch.
Right. Well, I think that they're going to do a soft reboot with some of the characters, like obviously Batman and Superman. But I do think that they will continue. Like I think Aquaman 2 is getting the axe. I don't know about the Flash. Before anything like this was coming out, I had heard that Ezra was going to continue as a Flash for like some cameos. But I actually don't know until the Flash movie comes out. We have no clue what they're going to do with Ezra's Flash.
I really don't care for them as Barry Allen. Like, honestly, I'd love to see Wally West Flash in live action.
I mean, again, that cameo aspect to me, it sounds like they might have Ezra, because like I said, the Flash always does multiverse stuff. So the chances of Ezra coming back as the Flash is most likely because it's the character, right?
But
so
as a main character, I'm not sure, you know?
Right, yeah, but I'm saying though cameos, right? So if it's cameos, they could recast the Flash and have that be the main Flash, but obviously Ezra could come back as cameos for that respective Flash. That's my theory, at least.
Here's what I'm thinking. because I've kind of changed my. And I'll be curious to see if you guys agree with this. I think that they realize that Flash is a really good movie and they need it to be a box office hit. So they're going to try and incentivize people to go and watch Flash by telling the audience, we are rebooting the DC EU into the DC universe, DCU, at the end of Flash. And that movie is going to basically tell you, because Zaggy, you mentioned this before too, I don't think it's going to tell you where things are going to be, but I think it's going to tell you we're rebooting, but we're going to cherry pick some things we like. Most all the main characters are gone, but a couple side characters like Amanda Waller, she can stay. Like it'll just be like like how Marvel has variants where like it's the same actor playing a different version of the character. That's what they'll do. I think they'll do that with select side characters, but it's going to be like a complete clean slate. But they're going to somehow.
I think the whole
catch the
Justice
Flash
League
movie.
will be recast at least.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that this is what I've been saying, right? When the Flash was first announced, before even the merger, right? Before the merger was like, it was still in process, right? I already said the Flash movie is going to pretty much erase the Justice League. They're going to have to do the Justice League over again. That would erase the Snyderverse and the Joss Whedonverse, okay? I already said that a while ago. So I think they had already, if you look back at the whole Snyder stuff, right? A lot of things, if you go back to what DC was saying before, or WB was saying before the merger, is like they already knew that they were gonna reboot. Like that was something that they already had.
Yeah, they were already planning something.
They were already planning on rebooting anyways, which is probably why Henry didn't get a call back, and that's pretty much where I kind of land, is that they were always going to reboot. So now with the new regime, with James Gunn, this is a good opportunity for them to play around, because I think they already knew how I mean, obviously James knows what direction they were going to take.
I just think
he has to work off that. He has to work off that.
Yeah, no, I just think that they're going to try and incentivize the audience to check out Flash because I think it's a really good movie. Because the only issue with my theory is that you have Aquaman 2 still releasing in December, and that movie's like so disconnected and like it feels just so out of place releasing after Flash. I just don't know.
I have a bit of a criticism with that theory because I don't think that we're really going to see anything from the new continuity in the Flash. Like, is that
no. What I mean on it is that like the movie ends and like it, like, you know how in some like DC animated movies, like it ends in like a flash of light and like that something changed.
Yeah,
you don't see the changes in the DC universe until the rebooted Superman.
Well, here's how they can do Aquaman 2 after the Flash, right? So if we're not going to see anything involving Aquaman in the Flash movie, it is possible that they still come out with Aquaman 2, and at the end of Aquaman 2, that's when the change could come up. The Flash could show up.
But in an Aquaman movie, though, like
I mean, it's still part of like it would make sense because the Flash has already had an established relationship with Aquaman. You know, we got the Justice League. There's their connection, and then the cameo in Peacemaker. So it is possible that the Flash.
But then what do you do with Blue Beetle? Because I forgot about Blue Beetle too. Do you add that to next year?
That's the thing.
I mean, it as long as they don't specifically mention anything pertaining to the Snyderverse,
and supposedly they don't. It's very standalone. Like it's all
then,
by itself.
Then they should be good to insert it if it ends up. If it'll be in there if it ends up being successful. That's what I.
Well, hey guys, I hate to cut the conversation off, but it's after 2 hours and it's midnight here, and I got to be up early to take the kids to school. So I gotta watch a real quick thing. The command unit asked us to watch. It's 40K pill, I guess. It's a video game trailer, so it's understandable. So here we go. For Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate Demon Hunters launch trailer.
Peggy 18.
Let's see what this is about.
Commander, prepare to engage. On the Imperium! Enemy reinforcements.
In death they fall, their duties fulfilled. and now is bound by oath. Another must rise.
We are at your service, Commander.
The baleful edict will be your vessel in this war against chaos.
There are grievous matters to attend. The edict cries out for repair.
Commander, the bloom is not to be taken lightly. With every passing day, the corruption grows stronger. We must equip our knights to combat this malevolence.
Tell me what you have learned, Inquisitor.
Poxwalkers are evidence of warp corruption. This is no natural plague.
This blasphemy should be destroyed at once.
That is the difference between us, Purifier. You are the hammer, but I am the one with the burden to wield it.
Come at me, heretics!
Sounds like, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
You will be cleansed.
It reminds me more of StarCraft, huh?
This will be a campaign remembered for millennia.
Our faith is our shield! Brothers, our duty is death, but it will have no hold over us today. Face your judgment!
Looks pretty good.
So it's kind of like Diablo meets like a little bit of 40K, or like I mean XCOM.
I mean, I was thinking more
turn-based
StarCraft
stuff.
because like the comparisons and like the suits of armor.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
But
hard.
yeah.
It's hard to separate the Terrans from the Space Marines, and I know there's
definitely, yeah.
probably going to be some weird non-copyright violating connection to that. But it's
Maybe, yeah. 40K is getting big now.
well, it's getting bigger. It's gonna. I think when it hits Amazon, it's gonna be. They're gonna start really making a push here because, like, again, a lot of normies don't know what it is. The shit's
I feel like that show could be huge though.
well. I mean, again, it's not only gonna be a show; it's gonna be a movie too, right? Movies, shows, whatever.
A whole franchise.
Just like what they're doing with Amazon, what Amazon's doing with what was it, the Tomb Raider, and then even today I didn't bring it up, but I forgot about it until just right now. But Warner Brothers is being asked to relinquish the rights to the Lord of the Rings,
Which that's crazy to me because aren't they working on that animated film right now?
Yeah, but it won't impact that at all, right? It's not gonna impact the War of the Rohirrim.
Oh, specifically the films.
No, yeah, because like it's basically at this point like the live action the film rights to the Lord of the Rings got sold to Embracer Group,
Right. Yeah.
and they're probably going to want to like. Well, I mean, it's entirely possible that Embracer Group might want to work with Amazon because look, let's be fair. And people out there won't want to admit it, but it's true. The Rings of Power was a huge fucking show for Amazon.
Well, I want to mention too, Crystal Dynamics got sold to the Square Enix sold Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal to the Embracer Group.
Oh yeah, and then they got the deal with it.
Now
Yeah.
working with Amazon with Tomb Raider.
Do you think that if that actually happens and Amazon managed to get their hands on the film rights, that they'll try and like properly connect them together?
Oh, they'll make some movies. They're gonna make some movies. if they
No,
get those
yeah. I wonder if they'll try and like bring back actors somehow.
Probably not because there's so many thousands of years.
do
in-
their own unique
I know, but
Yeah.
it's the power of nostalgia. They try. I don't know. They may try and find a way.
roles. They have Ian McKellen as Saruman this time.
Sure,
Oh, wow.
why not? Why not? I mean,
Yeah. All right.
Christopher Lee is sadly gone, and McKellen might be like, I'm ready to try a villain. Because the last time Ian McKellen played a villain, as far as I remember, was Bryan Singer's apt pupil from like 97.
Damn.
Yeah, it's older than most of you in here. What was I going to say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. I was watching that trailer. I was thinking about like, it looks kind of like Diablo. And then like, I had a thought because it's so funny. One of my friends got a job working for Blizzard on the Overwatch team, their esports division, right? And then he worked there for a while. Sure. I ended up leaving there, getting a job with Facebook Meta to integrate, to bring games to Facebook Meta. Then Facebook lays off 11,000 people. He's one of them. He'd only been there like a month maybe. And then he
That is rough.
ends up getting a job back at Blizzard working on Overwatch 2. Like back roughly in like the same role.
Okay.
And it was funny because like when he announced that he was leaving Blizzard, I'm like, you can still get deals on games because they get like discounts, heavy discounts on games. And he's like, yeah, I'm like, I want to hit you up for a copy of Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch. Right.
Wow.
And like, I was kind of kidding. And then when he announced that he was going back to Blizzard, I'm like, I'm still serious. I want that copy of Diablo on the Nintendo Switch. And he's like, I'll just fucking send it to you.
Damn, dude.
I'm like, that's all it takes. Because he hit me up once and he was all like, he asked me a favor on something. This is like back in like 2017. And when he was trying to get the job at Blizzard, and he goes like, hey, I need you to like help me out with something. I'll give you a copy of Overwatch. And I'm like, I already have Overwatch. I'll just, whatever you need, I'll do it. But it's like, and he's like, I'm trying to get a job. He's like, I can't tell you what it is just yet. But then he got the job at Blizzard and he was like, I was trying to get a job at Blizzard, but we get all these games for heavily discounted. I'm like, yeah, I don't care about Overwatch. Give me Call of Duty. How about you give me Call of Duty for cheaper?
Matt?
Yeah.
Are you
We
talking
got
about
the Slate.
the Slate? Oh my god.
We
That's
got the
not
Slate. Shush, Diana. Shush. We got the Slate.
In the DM group?
Yep, we got the Slate.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, it's from Boblex?
No. Above that.
Yeah, we got the
We got the Slate. We got the Slate.
Hold on. Jesus Christ. All right, hold on here. I guess it's a good thing we held on for a couple minutes.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. March 11th, 2024, Batman again. Then Green Lantern Corps, March 2025, again too. Shazam, Pfizer attacks. Superman rebooted July 2024. Reboot in 2026. The Flash 2, Ezra's back. Then Lobo, or some shit, I don't know. Flash reboot, and then Marvel Studios, the new Avengers.
You think this is funny, Saggy?
You know,
you think this is a laughing matter?
Yes, why did you almost ruin it? Anna was gonna ruin it. I'm like, shush, you shut your mouth.
I just saw this too. Grace
Oh,
tweeted.
God.
So it drops tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. But she followed up with saying this. So we all know the slate, but nobody's leaking. The solidarity is quite impressive. This way you can all experience the announcement as you should tomorrow. Full coverage immediately after. My thoughts are, it's still very DC, for better or worse. It does not feel like Marvel at all. It's actually sort of Snydery in terms of emphasis on the mythos. The presentation might change my mind. Have to see the tone. It is not a 100% reboot, but it is substantial.
Told you.
I'm scared. I don't want that to be.
I told you it's not. It's gonna. Gunn already said it. Why people are saying it's not? I don't even know why Batista said it.
No,
but Gunn said it's a soft reboot.
I think they're only keeping one thing, but actually two things.
I don't want them to keep the Flash. I don't want them to keep Wonder Woman. I don't want any of that.
Well, we already know from the.
I don't think they are.
I was wrong about Magneto. Well, okay, listen, let's be fair. Magneto was only the villain in the first movie, and even then, Magneto really wasn't even the villain in the first X-Men movie. If you really think about it,
I mean,
he was the hero.
He wasn't the hero.
He was an anti-hero.
He's kind of no. You're right. He's because he's not like he has a. It's not. I get it. But it's like a real villain. All right, not like a fucking comic book villain, which always has the arcs and shit. Anyway,
so here's the things that I will say too before we go. The chances of them rebooting Harley Quinn, I think that Gunn is going to keep his DC stuff. But again, we already knew it was going to be a soft reboot because Gunn himself had said so. So again, I don't know why everyone was wondering hard or soft.
So just my quick hypothesis, I think that it's like 90% a reboot. That he's just keeping Amanda Waller. He's keeping Viola Davis.
Well,
because Grace has said that she wanted everyone gone. She's basically telling you not everyone's gone. So I think the only person they're keeping is maybe like 2 or 3 people, and one of those is going to be Amanda Waller, played by
Well,
Viola
they're
Davis.
making Wonder Woman pops for Flash. We saw the pop leaks.
Because she's in the movie, but that doesn't mean she's staying.
I mean, again, doesn't mean she's not staying.
Gal's gone. Gal's
they
gone.
better not keep Wonder Woman.
Gal's gone. Gal's gone. She's gone. She's gone. Don't even worry
What are
about
my
it.
sources? I don't tell people my sources.
Oh shit!
Yes, it was Google. Spherical Man, you caught me. That's my source too. The
Jargo
Juju.
expressed like 20 minutes ago you wanted to go to bed.
I was
so.
on the show.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Anyway, but thank you everybody, and we'll talk tomorrow. It will be a fun day, an interesting day, and the certain people are probably going to have their minds melted. Others are just going to be like whatever. And then I think it should be a lot of fun. This is what we've been waiting 3 months for. So yay!
Y'all are going to lose your minds tomorrow. See you at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, Caden has a Twitter space set for 8:50 a.m.
I will be teaching my first ever full day as a student teacher, so I will not be able to react live with y'all, but have fun anyway.
Why are you still awake then?
I woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah. You know what helps with that? Like either take a nice warm shower or like jerk off. Jerk off.
Wow.
Saggy gets it.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I actually learned that sex actually does help your body. So there you go.
It does. Yeah.
Wow, what a revelation.
I mean, we've only been doing it for like ever. You know? It's like, man, I'm really having a bad day. Fuck, let me just get a BJ. Oh, I feel better now. Oh, you know?
BJ's actually help women lose. Fun fact, blowjobs actually burn calories for women. So there you go. Ladies, get their workout on.
Okay.
I mean, if you watch somehow some of them work in porno, I mean, they got both hands. They're shake weighting the fuck out of that thing.
Shake weighting?
Yeah, you got a headache, just, bust it.
Shake weighting it?
What?
Oh, yeah, they're shake weighting.
You got a cold? Bust a nut. You got a broken leg? Bust a nut.
It's great for the repairing of bones. You'd be surprised. You don't realize that your body produces its own version of Elmer's glue.
Yeah, it's just cum is a good sticky substance.
It's high in protein. It's loaded with data, right? No, it's like what? Like, isn't there like 27 like terabytes of data in nut? You know, it can be be repurposed into boba teas, Pulse, tapioca.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally a book where it's cooking with semen.
Wow,
that's a real thing. I'm not even joking. That's a real thing.
All right, let's end the show.
Yeah,
hold on.
There's YouTube videos that show you cooking recipes using semen. That's a real. I'm not lying. That's a real thing.
What?
Yeah, there's a book that has recipes of everything you can cook with actual.
It's 3 a.m. and I don't know what to say about it.
I'm not trolling. I swear, it was a huge controversial thing for a while. Everyone was like, "What is this? This is real." It was, and there's videos on YouTube.
I bet you need a cum omelet. I bet you need a cum omelet.
A cum omelet.
Yeah.
Comlet.
I don't know why you would.
Wait, hold on. With eggs being as high expensive as they are right now, it could be a solid substitute for egg. I mean, you'd still get the beater part of it, right?
Okay, pause. It's not like that. I mean, I know it's gross. I'm not denying shiny. It's gross. It's just a fact. It's actually true. It's not like I'm saying this like I've tried it. It's like it was a huge controversial thing.
Why did you feel the need to specify that?
Wait, what?
You were like, it's not like I'm trying.
This is getting increasingly weirder.
I didn't try.
I don't believe you.
I remember everyone was talking about that. Like, there's actually a cooking book with the recipes that use semen, and I was like, "There's no way that's real." And then
Matt was wrapping up the show, and you were just like, "Hey, you know that some people cook."
When we talk about this stuff, it takes an extra 10 minutes. Okay, bye everyone. Good night. And now I give you have fun researching cum recipes.
Okay,
I'm actually Googling it right now.
Yeah, it's
a book on Amazon. It's a book on Amazon.
Yes.
It's called Natural Harvest: A Collection of Semen-Based Recipes.
Yes, that's the book. Yeah.
Wow, it came out November 17th, 2008. Some of the reviews. What do some of the reviews say of this? Tio here says it's an acquired taste.
It is. I guess that. You know what? I guess.
I mean, it's got a lot of 5-star. One person here says boring. This guy, it gives it 3 out of 5 stars, says boring, saying this might sound pretty lame, but everything in this is just more or less what I could come up with on my own.
Oh, wait, hold on. Dalton, I'll make a tutorial video if you provide the ingredient.
No, I'm not bringing up the VA leak because the leak is nothing. It's nothing for the viewer non-leak.
It's a bunch of numbers.
It's just a bunch of numbers. I saw it earlier. Yeah, it's just he'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. There's nothing that's going to pop up. We might get something really, really, really early in the AM if somebody wants to jump the gun. Because they might. They might. But otherwise, no. It's jump the fucking gun.
Yeah, jump the gun. Yeah.
I mean, we can make a lot of puns about that. So, anyway. All right, guys. Fucking go to bed.
Yep.
Night.
Yeah.